We are live. Welcome back to Pedro DoorDash Santiago, where every Sunday we go live. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I'll talk about my road trip in a minute. Many of you guys might have seen some of the videos that I posted this week, and we'll get right into calls and whatnot and texts and all that stuff about 9:15, maybe 9:20. I want to go over a few things, and I hope you guys are doing well tonight. I'm doing well. We drove today about 6.5 hours. We're on the road about 7.5. You got to stop with the baby and all that kind of stuff. Plus, we did a couple dashes. I'll get into the road trip, and for those of you that haven't watched the videos, you can watch those later on. But we had a good week. So first thing we'll do is let's see who's here first. All right. And give some shout outs. Smaggin' Ass 2007, what up? I see you first. Konita, hello. Bud Soda. We got Kenny. Oh, Gigs. Omar, what up, my friend? Chuck. We got Ryan. Edith Santiago. We got Pat OD. I saw Slavic in the house with our brother. We got Christopher Taylor. How are you? Kathy, hello. We have Tehran. We got Kanita again. Tina, Bill, what's up? Stanley, Sean. We got Fire. What's up? What's up? Hello. I'm sending everybody love. Maurice, Ellen, the A. Hillard. What up? What up? We got Bill Sims. Yeah. Okay. So real quick, we'll talk about my week. All right. Because on Sundays, we like to end our week together and then we start a new week together. So we went to Virginia Tuesday. We got back today at about a little past 4:30. So I've only been home a few hours and got the baby situated and all that. So we drove from St. Louis. We hit Illinois obviously first on Tuesday. Then we hit Kentucky, Indiana, Kentucky. I don't know. Anyways, then we hit West Virginia. We stopped in West Virginia. We stopped in Kentucky, but we were basically like 2 blocks from West Virginia. So we did a dash in Kentucky, and we did a dash in this is the first 2 days. Dash in Kentucky, dash in West Virginia. Then we did the next day we drove through West Virginia. We did a dash in then Virginia. So we did a dash in Kentucky, West Virginia. Virginia had Thanksgiving in Virginia there for a couple of days. Then we did a dash in Pennsylvania. We did a dash in. I'm missing one, man. It's been a long week. We did a dash in Ohio today, Indiana today. I'm missing a state. What state am I missing? We did a dash in Kentucky, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Ohio, Indiana. Anyways, I think I'm missing. We hit 7 states that we dashed in. We actually technically drove through 9 or 8. Anyways, it was a good week. During those dashes, I think I made $46. I didn't do it for that. I did want to dash in as many states as I could possible, just for the experience and to give you guys some different kind of content. A lot of you guys said I was driving and dashing within your areas in your neck of the woods. That was cool. It was interesting. I only took dashes that were convenient right off the highway, short mileage. It was nice. I will say this. If you're somebody that likes to travel, does travel, you're somebody, let's say you need to go somewhere, like, I used an analogy in today's video. You need to go to Chicago let's say, right? Chicago's 5 hours from me. Okay, so let's say I needed to go to Chicago. I'm low on funds, but I got the DoorDash app. I got a little bit of gas in the tank. What you could do is dash on the way there and make your gas money and get to where you need to go. Okay, so I want to talk about that tonight if you guys want to, as like a side topic. But I think having a gig apps, even if you're somebody that has roadie is good from what I understand. I don't have it. I need to try it. Places like Walmart, Home Depot, airports. I drove by 3 different airports, luggage, things like that. You can actually pick up trips. And if they're going in a direction, for example, I could have taken something from like my local St. Louis Lambert airport. And let's say I needed to go to Indiana. Maybe it was paying a good 60, 70, $80, and I'm going that way anyway. I could have the roadie app for that. So you can make money as you're going through your travels, you see. Now, it's going to add a little bit of time because you got to stop and things like that. But if you're smart, you can make money on miles that you're going to drive anyway. I did that today. I did that this week with the DoorDash app. So that was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed those videos. You can check them out later if you want. So tonight's topics, then we'll talk about 3 feature channels, and then we'll get into the chat a little bit more. So tonight's topics are going to be, I saw a lot of content creators talking about, there was a viral TikTok that went viral where a customer was talking about they don't tip before their service and this and that. And they don't understand food delivery is not the same as going to an Applebee's or a Cheesecake Factory. Yeah, you're not going to tip when you sit down and tip the person. I get it. This is different, though. People need to understand that and need to be educated about that, okay? But I saw a lot of videos about those McDonald's bags, like there's viral TikToks about, like, you see McDonald's bags, like 40 or 50 bags in the McDonald's, which seems crazy, but I've seen them. What do you think these merchants, first topic, what do you think they should do or do with the actual bags that never get picked up? A lot of these bags aren't even held at the proper temperature. They're just sitting out. That's not good either. What do you think they should do, or what do you think they actually do with those orders? Second topic, is the American tipping system and or culture broken? And if it is, how would you fix it? Okay. Third topic is, on the video I put out today, we talked about multiple streams of income. Do you have another stream of income that you can make money if you took a week off work like I did? Now, I made $46 on the apps, but that's not a week's worth of pay, right? That basically covered a gallon, a tank full of gas, which was cool. So I had to fill up like 4 times, right? But what do you do? How are you setting your multiple streams up, your passive income? You can share that with us. And you guys know my story, and I can share as the night goes along what I do to set myself up, because I still made money this week, even though I didn't do the gig apps. Because we have YouTube income, vending machine income, merchandise store income. So we still made some income. Fourth topic, what was your favorite memory for a road trip that you've been on? Have you ever been on a road trip? We can talk about that as well. So let's get into the chat. Those are the topics. And then also, we do 3 featured channels every week. So we're going to feature 3 channels every week. Check them out. Usually we do 2 gig app channels that are gig related, and then one that is a favorite one of mine that's not gig related that you might also enjoy. So first one is a channel called Nova Dasher. I actually went through, he hit me in my email. I drove through a part of where he works and Dashing lives and whatnot. So Nova Dasher, check him out. I think he's coming up on 500 subs. Check out this channel, Nova, Nova Dasher. Second channel is a channel called Jordan Cleo, all lowercase. Jordan, like Jordan, Jordan, and Cleo, Cleo. He does dashing, but he also does other kind of content. Younger man, younger gentleman. Check him out as well. And the third one is a comedy channel that I like to. He does skits and parodies, and it's really funny. Big channel. He's got a couple million subscribers, maybe. He's called Trey Kennedy, Trey, last name Kennedy, Kennedy. Check out. He's really funny. If you like, comedy kind of stuff and like things that take your mind off stuff, and it's really relational. It's real like relational, and it's like current topics. Really good channel. So those are 3 featured channels, and I also have them in the comment section. So my week was good, man. I had a good week, and I will say this before we start getting into the show. Ruby was fantastic. I don't understand how Madison and I are so lucky to have a baby this good. Now, she's only 4 months old in like a week, but she basically just slept, or when she was up, she was just chilling, like didn't fuss, barely cried. And to do as much driving as we did, and we stopped, once in Kentucky, once last night in Ohio, in a hotel. That was cool, but like, she's just phenomenal. She made the trip easy for us. And to put a baby in that, driving that far with a baby, sometimes you never know what to expect. First time, obviously, we've done it. She was great. Shout out to Ruby. Amazing. Okay. So let's get into the chat. See if I see some new faces and new names in here. We said, hey, Kathy. I see Adam in the house. Who am I missing? Tina, Bill, Stanley, Sean, Fire, Ellen, Maurice, Harvey. What up? TN, how are you? Adam, what up? Let's get ready to rumble. Yeah. So Takeem the Dream, what up? Lindsay, Cynthia. So tonight was also Marty. Marty Espinoza, what's up, man? Kathy, Truth Warrior. Hello. Garden State, New Jersey. What up? Lindsay, Marvin. A lot of lovely faces in here. I see. April Bean, how are you? Kunita, hello. The Dudley. So tonight was supposed to be my debate with the A-Hole Patrol. He has a channel. We have been in communication this week. He had to reschedule. So that's still going to happen. I wanted it to happen tonight. We had some questions lined up. I was super looking forward to it. I was going to FaceTime him. You guys are going to see his face right here. We were going to debate, take questions, and then I was going to take calls after. That's going to be put on pause. He had to reschedule because of family. He had still family in town from the holiday. He thought they'd be gone. They weren't. Totally understand. Totally forgivable. I was looking forward to that, and I'm ready. I'm ready to rumble, as somebody just said. But he needed to postpone that. So tonight's show will be a little bit different. What up, Bud Soda, TN, John? What up? What up? What up? Your Ruby is absolutely precious. Crawley R, thank you very much. She is, man. We're lucky. Carrie, Doug, how are you? How are you? Got John in the house. Tina. All right, so Patrick, what up, man? Thank you. Keep doing you, Pedro. Love your videos. Thank you very much, man. Not necessary, but definitely appreciate it. Let's see who else we got in the house. Long Island Dash Experience. The Long Island Dash Experience. Let me tell you guys, I've given this channel a shout out a couple times. They were one of my featured channels. He's called in before. This is the best couple on YouTube, especially with the GiG community. But I love their relationship on camera. It seems very genuine to me. I love their videos. Check them out. Creeping up. They should be at 1,000, I think, soon. We need to get them to 1,000. I don't even know. Maybe they are already. But what did he say here? What's going on, Pedro? Hoping to see you come up here, Long Island, for a road trip. So Mary and I can take you out to dinner. Man, that would be fantastic. Me and Madison talked about doing some stuff. I definitely want to go West Coast, even go East. It was fun. And I think if I plan it better, not that we didn't plan it right, but it was a family trip. But if I plan it to where I can make it a working kind of trip, but then also explore places we've never been, I think that would be absolutely phenomenal. Super looking forward to that. So, yeah, thank you for that. But yeah, definitely check out the Long Island Dash Experience. Frank, what up, man? How are you? Soldier, what up? What up? All right. Paul, how are you, my friend? Always good to see you. What a decent weekend down here in Illinois. Was it good. And Patrick, I was going to try to catch some Illinois dashes, but like I've done Illinois before because I'm so close, and I thought nothing really, like, when I turned the app on, nothing was really popping. But that was one of the states I've dashed before, so I didn't feel like the need to do it necessarily. Ryan M, what up? What up? All right, so let's see. Lindsay, all right, I think I'm caught up. Joseph Long, how are you, my friend? Stanley, what up? The Carnifage, tempting fate, picking up a Little Caesars DoorDash. I picked up a Little Caesars in the other day, and I walked it over to the Holiday Inn. It was literally like 600 feet. It was fantastic. And I think he tipped me like $5 to walk it like 600 feet. It was crazy. Okay, so pretty soon we will put in the text line. What I do is I'm going to put the text number up. You can text in what topic you'd like to talk about. We talked about the topics already, and I'll do them again. And we'll be taking calls here just in about 5 minutes or so. All right. How was you guys this week? I'd like to know as well. I love those orders that I just across the street. Yeah, I don't get a lot of them, Patrick, but I've probably had in my Dash experience and Uber, whatever, I've probably had maybe 20 or so that are walking, like literal walking distance, or maybe driving down a block or two, about 20. And they've always tipped, and there's always a good tip. Those are really nice, man. And some people just like the convenience, or maybe they got kids there, they can't get out. Maybe it's too cold for them. Maybe they, there's a disability and, they can't physically get their food. I mean, I'll deliver whatever. If you tip me a few bucks and you're that close, I'll definitely do it. All right, so I'll put the number in here. So what you want to do is you want to text in what topic you'd like to talk about. I'll go over the topics right now. First topic, what should merchants do with all the orders that never get picked up? What do you think they do? What would you do if you managed a McDonald's and you had that much food that never get picked up? Or that much food that that bag's been there for an hour or two. In good faith, do you still serve that to a customer? I wouldn't if I'm managing that McDonald's. I can't have bags sitting there for hours and then just leave them there. You can get people sick, right? Like you have to hold certain foods at a certain temperature. You don't want to have them held at what's called the critical temperature danger zone. Okay, so if something's supposed to be hot, it should not be held for an extended period of time over 41 degrees or less than 145. So anyways, it's an old manager coming out of me. All right. Second topic. Do you think the tipping culture or tipping system in America is broken? Do you think it's broken? Okay. I think a lot of people don't like the tip. They don't understand it. Especially on these gig apps, man. They don't understand the delivery, what we actually get paid. They don't get it. Third topic. What other streams of income are you working on? How do you plan when you're going to take a week's vacation? Do you just hustle the month before? What are you working towards? Do you have another stream of income? We can talk about that if you'd like. Fourth topic. What is a favorite memory you have about doing a road trip or a family trip? When you were a kid, you were an adult, you took a kid somewhere. What's something you'd like to share with the community about a good time that you had on a road trip? Okay. I'll share one of mine real quick. I really enjoyed the scenery driving through West Virginia. I think West Virginia gets a bad rap for other reasons. We drove through West Virginia, phenomenal mountains and views and landscape and the scenery. We stopped at the hotel right at Kentucky and West Virginia border. There's a Waffle House right there. Walked in and got us dinner when we stopped in on Tuesday night. And talk about hospitality. Everybody was nice. The workers, the customers that were in there, I chatted them up and had some conversations. Hey, where are you from? Oh, we're driving from here. I mean, my West Virginia experience was really cool in all. So I'll share that moment with you guys. So, all right. So let's get, those are the topics. You can text in what topic you'd like to talk about, and I will try to call you back and take as many calls as we can tonight. Okay. So that is the text line number right there. Don't call the number. You got to text it in. All right. So let's see who else we got in here. We got topic 1, part 2. What to do with the food? Tina, she raised her hand. What up, Tina? What up? What up? Went out today. Redline Eliminator said, went out today to dash between the glitches and the trash offers. I'm about sick of it. I commend anyone who is able to make this work for them, but I have about had it. I hear you, man. I know there was a glitch on Friday, I heard. I wasn't out dashing, obviously, that day. I didn't do any dashing on Thursday or Friday. But I don't know, man. These companies have got to have better tech. You know, they spend so much money on marketing and expansion, which I understand. However, they don't fix the existing issues. So at some point, it's like, what's the point of growing if you can't handle the current business and flow that you have, right? It doesn't make sense to me. But hello, so I want to talk about Krista Ray. Krista Ray, what up? What up? Dina, what up? What up? Much love, man. All good, man. All good. Every zone show very busy with huge peak pay and no one could log on. I noticed that today. I was driving through and like the zones, one moment, like literally 1 minute to the next, it'd say busy, 6 different zones. One of them had peak pay, right? A minute later, it was all gray, couldn't dash, didn't say it was busy. It's weird. The way the system works is very strange. Very, very, very strange. All right, so let's see if we got any text coming in. Let's see what we got here. All right, so we got, I know we got Slavic wants to call in. Let's see here. Talk about it all, Andy Week. Talk about it all, Andy Week. Let me see here, see if that person's ready. We also have this one here. Grubhub lower pay rate after newest updates. Okay, that's something I didn't know. I don't have Grubhub. So maybe we can talk about that as well, because I know many people have that app as well. And put in the chat, how was your guys' Thanksgiving? What did you do? I'll share a small story with you before I take the first call. As many of you guys know, I don't eat meat. I'm not a vegan, but I am a vegetarian. It's been over a year now that I haven't had meat. And my girlfriend's grandmother made this ham, and like it smelled really good, and I love ham. And I was gonna have some just to reward myself, like like it's not that I don't eat meat for like religious reasons or anything. It's just a personal decision and a discipline decision. But I decided against it, and I didn't have any. Cut to a couple of days later, driving back to St. Louis today. Right after I did that subway drop off, I did in what state was I in when I did that? Indiana, I believe. Stopped at a Taco Bell. It's like, hey, let's grab a quick bite. I know Taco Bell has good vegetarian options. Let's grab a quick bite, and we'll do the last 3 hours. We were basically halfway or home. Stopped in. Taco Bell has a little kiosk, right? You can order yourself, and we did that. So girlfriend gets her food. I get mine. I'm like, let me get a little soda or whatever, a little drink. And then I order myself. I hit the veggie cravings. It shows you all the vegetable options. And they got a new like stuffed grilled cheese burrito, and it said black beans, like double black bean grilled stuffed burrito. I'm like, oh, I can eat that. All right, let me get that. Add a little guacamole. Order it. Boom, good. We get it. Take a couple bites. I'm like, this is pretty tasty, right? I can taste the guacamole, the cheese. I taste like there's like little crunchy tortilla strips in there. There's like a melted cheese on the outside. I'm like, this is pretty tasty. I get about halfway done, and I'm about halfway through the burrito. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that's not black beans. And we got a lot going on. I'm like, I'm just trying to eat for nourishment, not enjoyment. But I was enjoying it, so I wasn't like looking at every bite, right? They put steak in it, not black beans. I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat meat. So I threw it away. I only ate half of it. I was kind of upset, I'm not going to lie. And I told the young lady at the front, I said, hey, I ordered, and I double checked. I went back to the kiosk. I'm like, I want to make sure I hit the right thing. Looked at my receipt. I'm like, yeah, I hit double black bean stuffed burrito. They made steak. They made steak in it. They made an honest mistake. But so I told her, like, hey, you guys got to be careful. I needed black beans. I don't eat meat. You guys put steak in it. Just, for the next, just be careful. I was real nice about it. Didn't cause a scene. People make mistakes. But like, I was kind of like, I probably had just a little bit of meat, so it's not the end of the world. But like, can you imagine being somebody that maybe doesn't eat pork and you eat, for religious reasons, and they put pork in it? Could be a problem. Anyways, that's my story. I was not happy about it. I probably thought about it for 30 minutes straight, thinking, man, I just had meat, and it had been over a year, and I feel really proud about not eating meat, and for a lot of other reasons. And Taco Bell got me today. Anyways, okay. So they need to be careful because allergy. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't understand how, I don't know. I'm not the guy to call scenes over something like that. If I was allergic or something, I might have wanted some kind of get back, but I wasn't going to be that guy. But that was my story from this week. That wasn't good. So, okay. So let's see what we got. Hello, Paige. I really have one great advice for restaurants with no pickups and 2 bad dashes. That was a terrible off one. I want to know if I handle it right. Okay. We will call that attach image. Let's see what we got here. What is this? Oh, somebody's sending me some order. Oh, is that the Grubhub stuff? This is my Grubhub screenshot. I get good offers. You should try it. John Newport. Okay. Gotcha. Topic 1, what to do with the food. Okay. So we're going to do this first call here. And we're going to call this person. They want to talk about. Hold on here. Let's see. Let's talk. Topic 1, 2, especially 3. Let me pick a caller here that. Okay. Sorry. Hold on, guys. What to do with the food? We're gonna call this person right now. So if you are listening, turn down your thing. You're about to be live. Hope you guys can hear it okay. Hello, you are live with Pedro Dora Santiago. Who do we have with us tonight?
Tina, of course.
Tina, how are you?
Good.
So let's talk about the topic. You said you wanted to do topic 1, right?
Yes, because I used to run a restaurant. What do you do with the leftover orders that nobody ever picks up?
Yes, let's talk about it.
When I ran Pizza Hut, I gave all the leftover food to the homeless.
Okay.
That's exactly what I think everybody should do.
Now, how much at a Pizza Hut? How often would you do that?
Every night there was pizza left over because my Pizza Hut had a buffet bar.
Okay.
So whatever did not get served by the end of the night went to the homeless.
I see.
When I worked at Mary's Diner, which is a mom and pop's restaurant, whatever didn't get served would have to be thrown away and gave it to the homeless.
Got it. Okay. Interesting. Now, did you guys drop that off, or did you have them come pick it up from you? How did you facilitate that?
They would come and pick it up.
Cool.
You'd arrange it with them. So at the end of the night, or end of the afternoon, someone would come by, pick it up, and give you a little receipt for the company.
Right.
And that's it.
Right. Okay. Did you feel like they were? Did you feel like they felt good about getting that food?
I think they did.
Yeah.
I felt good about getting it.
Yeah, I bet. How long did you work at Pizza Hut?
I worked at Pizza Hut through waitressing like you, then shift manager, then general manager, then regional store trainer. So I worked for them probably about 4 years.
Cool. I mean, I've never worked in a pizza place, but I know that's that can be hard work. You got to do a lot. Very hands-on. Even as a manager, I would imagine extremely hands-on, making pies, answering phones, delivering, clean up.
When I was general manager, I had a college town store,
and
that was horrible. I basically worked the store, me and one other person.
Yeah. Ooh. It sounds brutal.
Because the college students, would go out partying, not show up. not show up in the right uniform, have to be sent home. People that weren't serious about making a paycheck.
So, Tina, let me ask you a question. What do you think? I saw a picture of went viral, McDonald's lobby, and it looked like there was probably 40 to 50 bags sitting there. And who knows how long they've been sitting there. It's a picture. We don't have the full story. But what do you think happened to a lot of that food? Do you think it got delivered late? Do you think some of it got thrown away? What's your opinion on that?
I probably think that McDonald's threw it away.
Yeah. I mean, you can't, after a certain amount of time, like, you shouldn't serve it. It's quality, right?
Well, absolutely not. When I dash in Roanoke, I don't go to McDonald's. It's on my blacklist because the inside is always closed.
Yeah.
And the cars are out into the road. So the only way I'm going to McDonald's is if it's for Uber. They pay more. Yeah,
and I think a lot of times with the Uber and a lot of these merchants, it gets dispatched better. So like usually the orders are kind of ready. At least that's what I hear and what I understand. But
I have picked up probably every Uber order I've ever gotten from McDonald's. I do not take DoorDash.
Yeah. Let me ask you one more question. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I get like $15 for like 1.6 miles, but when you get it for DoorDash, like $6.
Yeah, right. No. Yeah, Uber definitely. I've seen Uber definitely. The payout per order is more on average. I just don't get as many offers to accept or decline, but I definitely like the payouts. That's for sure.
I have a question for you because you've done both rideshare and food.
Yeah.
What is a Quest?
So a Quest is
rideshare, or is that both Uber Eats and rideshare?
It can be both. In my market and in my experience, if I could set my preferences to do only rideshare or only food delivery, or to have both of them on, and I get offers from both. Like 1 second it could be a rideshare, 1 second could be a food delivery, and a Quest is basically like a promotion from Uber saying, hey, if you complete, let's say, there's a lot of different kinds, but let's say if you can do 5 deliveries in this particular time frame, we'll throw you an extra $10. Or sometimes
they called it trips.
When trips.
It said trips.
Yeah, that could be food or people. It could be both.
While you were gone, coming down here for Thanksgiving, there was a 4 for $4. You take 4 trips and you make $4 extra. I was like, whatever, it's $4. I'm going to make the trips anyway.
Right.
Don't you know, none of it counted. But I only have a 2-door car, so they don't offer me rideshare. I only have Uber Eats. But it didn't give it to me. So
well,
I was like, maybe Quest
I'll say
rideshare.
This. It should be both, and it could be market specific, and maybe what they sent you was only for rideshare. That I've seen those as well. However, for me, when I get them, it's either. I've mixed them. I've done both, and it works. But the one thing is, some of them you have to start it in a particular zone. I see those. You got to start in a particular zone, and also sometimes you have to complete them within a certain amount of allotted time. So, for example, it might be like from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Do 4 trips, make $4. And if you don't complete the 4th one before 5, then you won't get it. So it could have been something. Right. It could have been something like that.
I don't know. I think I need to call Uber because Mushi Moo. I'm pretty sure you've seen some of his videos.
Yeah, I know Pavel. Yeah.
He only did Uber Eats and he got his Quest. I was like, what the fudge? I didn't get mine.
It could have been, like I said, timing. Sometimes they're timed. Sometimes you have to start in a particular zone. There's a lot of, sometimes you have to not decline any trips. Like when I see them, they have to be consecutive.
Yeah, I didn't decline any.
Okay.
I was trying to get all 4 like you did.
Right. Yeah, look, you can look into that, but it could have been a timing thing as well. So, before I let you go, how was your Thanksgiving? You have a good week?
I helped my sister move because I do this as full time, so that I can be here for my teenage daughter, but and so I can control my own money.
Yeah.
And my own schedule.
Yeah.
That's a big thing for me. Plus, I want to start traveling. But so my sister was like, "Can you help me move Saturday?" And I was like, "You got me Thursday. There's no restaurants open."
Yeah.
I was like, we can get some stuff done.
Sure.
Usually Thanksgiving, the extra people show up and they're like, hey, help me run a load. And it'd be done. No, it was just me and my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
But we got almost the entire house moved. And we ate twice. We ate at 1 o'clock and 7:30. And my sister's mother-in-law, she can cook. Because I would have smacked somebody for that ham. I know you don't eat meat, but
well, I did today. Taco Bell got me. They put a little steak in my burrito. I wasn't happy, but it's all right.
That wasn't. It's like me getting slipped onions.
There you go. No, I hear you.
But no, I tore some ham up.
Yeah, I like ham. I think turkey's a little overrated. I've deep fried a turkey before. That turned out pretty good, but you have to really baste it and or inject it with some good liquids and stuff. But I think
fried turkey was nice and juicy.
That's good.
Dry,
yeah.
The ham was phenomenal.
Yeah, I love me some ham. Yeah. Well, Tina, have a good night. I appreciate you checking us out and talking about the topic. And I'll talk to you soon.
Yep. Listen to you every Sunday.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
All right.
All right. Okay. Tina. All right. Let's see who else we got on the text line. My phone low was better. You don't have to call me yet. All right. Got you. Let's. We're going to go ahead and call my man Slavic in a second. Let's see if he's ready. 1 second. See if we got any new people up in the chat. Don't forget thumbs up for Hootie Hoo, baby. Hootie Hoo, my co-host. Madeline, I see Madeline's back in the house. What up? Thank you for letting me know the audio is good, guys. Appreciate that. Frugal D. Yes, audio was good. Thank you. TN, what up? Krista Ray. I see you guys talking about some of the PetSmarts. I like them. I do them. I don't mind shopping. I don't mind using the red card, as you guys know. I've only had to deliver one bigger bag of dog food. It was probably, I've done a couple 15-pound ones, and that's not a big order. That's not big to me. I think I did one 30-pound bag. So you got to be careful, because if you're somebody that doesn't want to or doesn't like to or can't do the heavy orders, you can always accept it. And then you can, after you accept it, you can see what the items are and then get rid of it if you need to. But I definitely think some of the PetSmarts can be really good. The base pay on those is usually higher. And then if the customer tips, if the miles and money's good, it's all good. So Mod Pizza. I have a Mod Pizza out here. Maybe I should try PetSmart. I say, listen, it's just like Walmart. I don't think Walmarts are great, but every blue moon you get a good one. Like, you got to know your market. Don't be afraid to use that red card. You might be passing up some good options, especially now with all these retail orders we're about ready to get with the holiday season coming up. So, all right. So let's call this person right here. I think we're getting ready to call our. Oh, hold on. One second. Let's see. All right, here we go. This is going to be our friend Slavic.
Hey, how's it going?
Slavic, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing better. How about you?
I'm doing good, man. I was in your neck of the woods, man.
Yes, and I do apologize. I had a fever, but if you would have still said to meet, I would have meet just a little kept the distance.
Well, I'll be down that way at some point again. We're going to be doing more traveling the year coming up. I know we're driving to Florida the first week of January, so maybe we'll hook up then. So, anyways, how was your Thanksgiving, man?
Lately I'm by myself, so instead of watch some movies.
Gotcha. I know you worked a little bit this week. You worked this week, right?
Trying to get back in. Interesting part is I have no fever in the morning. By the end of the night, I'm running 39 degrees. So I have no clue what's going on. But other than the fever, no symptoms.
Interesting. You take. I mean, I guess all you can do is take something, right? To medicine or something. I don't know, but or maybe see your doctor if it keeps going on.
I usually don't. I'm the kind of person where I don't really crazy about doctors because let's put it this way, and I'm not sure if this is even a YouTube conversation, but if basic people can figure out a way how to get cured from cancer, but the hospitals, clinics, doctors saying, "Oh, we're still working on one," raises a lot of questions.
No, I hear you.
And
I hear you. I hear you.
And if they respond in that way to that, I'm not sure if I can trust them with everything else.
Hey, it's your personal decision, my friend. I get you. So let's talk about the topics. I can't remember which one you wanted to talk about. Was it the first one or the second?
So I actually nice that you actually put the topics in the chat because then I can scroll and actually see them. So topic one. First of all, when it comes down to McDonald's, we need to actually have a lab test on how hazardous that food is when the temperature drops to a certain temperature.
Yeah.
It actually be given away, or it needs to be actually be packaged into plastic and be exposed as had material.
Yeah. Yeah.
There might be some truth in it,
Yeah. McDonald's is bad for you anyway, but if it's sitting out longer than it should, it's making it even worse, But
no, that's what I said. But everybody need to have some. It's just for it.
Yeah.
But topic two, and this seems to be lately a topic, and the more the tipping topic.
Yep.
And we're gonna dive in, and especially the lady. I actually did a video on the lady that you're talking about, the McDonald's act.
Yeah.
Maybe being it or not.
I did. I've seen a lot of videos. I don't sleep, man. So even when we were on vacation, like I'm up at night, I'm scrolling through what are people talking about, just to kind of keep up to date. But I definitely saw many, yours including, and it's interesting. So let's talk about it. Give me your opinion on that.
So my opinion slightly altered when I've seen that video.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it actually touched a little bit on a nerve that tipping is not broke. It's purposely destroyed.
Why do you say purposely?
Because companies like DoorDash, Uber, they're fighting for the share of the market.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those companies are fighting to become a household brand. We have a couple brands that we call on, and they're trying to become that brand, which one of them will become the brand. And
yes.
And between the two, YouTube does the taxi, has a huge potential. DoorDash has a bigger share of the market, so it's kind of hard to say who's going to win now. But so when you're fighting for the share of the market, you will go as cheap as possibly, realistically possible.
Right.
And then a lot of drivers on the platform that allows them to go that cheap. And I mentioned in one of the videos in the past, with response to the roundtable, if you watch that video, I said it's our fault as YouTubers, as Facebook posters, and other marketers. We are the ones who are marketing. Hey, look how great of money you can make.
Yeah.
Somebody's making those posts. I made $300-500, in a day or whatever. It attracts a huge flow of drivers. But right now, with the unemployment becoming ending across the country, people, the first place they go to is DoorDash.
Yeah.
I actually did a video today about, we just had a Thanksgiving. What do people like to talk about around food when they're sitting around food? Problems that they had.
Yes. It's typically
most of the created a problem.
Yeah. Typically when we talk about food experiences, you'll say you might recommend, I ate this place, it was really good, but a lot of the times we like to talk about the negative, right? I had a bad experience, or my DoorDash driver did this, or I went to this restaurant and the service was horrible. Like we tend to discuss negative versus positive with anything, I think, and that's unfortunate. But I think with DoorDash, all the news is always bad. I've talked about this. It's unfortunate. That's why I try to talk about some positives when I can, because at some point, we can't just always talk about the negative. We can't. We're going to wind up beating up our own way of making a living.
So, I'm going to get back to what I was trying to say here. So as people had those Thanksgiving dinners, and they were talking, and they started mentioning about DoorDash and start talking about the negative things, they kind of, turned off. And, if I heard the story of somebody else's phone, I had the same story, I kind of got turned off by using DoorDash again. So it's an issue there. So I personally think between now and Christmas, we're going to have a huge decrease of our regular or people that actually regularly order.
You think there'll be a decrease?
There'll be a decrease because confirmations of negativity got confirmed by another family member.
I see. Based on people being around each other and having conversations, you think that will sway people not to use the apps as much?
Going out and picking up yourself. Hey, I'm going to order, might as well just run in and pick up something at Walmart or somewhere else. And, combine those orders, combine those trips instead of hiring. Or maybe even starting to hire private delivery drivers. There's some people actually, that did well, they actually start, working that way as well.
Yeah.
But we also have increased because there's a family member that heard the first time about the DoorDash during the meal. And I want to try. That family member has no experience. He has no understanding of the tipping. He might be tipping, but at the same time, he might actually have a higher demand of service.
Yeah, sure.
So, so we do have, that's why we're having a shift in the market right now between now and Christmas. I don't know how Christmas is going to react on DoorDash, but that's going to be a different story. I need to see the first couple of days after Christmas to kind of get my opinion on that.
Yeah.
So going back to the stream of ink, the tipping, but the tipping of the structure, because the price has been dropped. I'm going to talk a little bit. You have a cake, and then you have an icing on the cake. Tip should be the icing. That means the delivery fee should be reasonable enough to cover the vehicle and cover part of your time. Most of our delivery fees don't even cover our vehicle expense.
A lot of it doesn't, yeah.
And then our tip, instead of being the icing, instead of being the gift that you're giving from yourself to someone else, it's a gift. First of all, never should be taxed. It's a gift. The gift no longer becomes a gift. It becomes a compensation for lack of pay.
Yeah. Yep.
And that is becoming an issue. And that's where that woman doesn't understand. It almost seems to me like we need to have a compensation and then a tip on the top of it.
Yeah.
Because
Well, it
is broken.
It is because in a lot of ways, and we're in a new way of making money, and this food delivery is like it's never been. So we're in a real tricky space, as far as like tipping and the tipping culture and the system. As far as restaurants, we've been doing that for a long time. The way we're getting things delivered to our home is real different. I think a lot of consumers look at it like, well, I get a FedEx or I get an Amazon or I get something from Walmart and I don't tip those people because they're, but then I order something from PetSmart. Should I tip that driver? They don't even know it's coming from DoorDash. And there's a lot of new people ordering food now. And I think delivering food and ordering is a luxury thing. I think it's not everybody should be using these apps for food delivery. And we get a lot of people ordering McDonald's McRibs and 10-piece chicken McNuggets. And, they're already spending $20 for an order that if they got it themselves would be probably 10 or 12. And they're like, I'm not tipping. There's no way. Like it's too much. And, some of these apps are even like Instacart, for example, you can use EBT and SNAP, government assistant cards to get your groceries, right? A lot of those customers probably aren't going to tip because they're on a fixed income, right? So the way these companies are working, like you said in the beginning of the call, is Uber, for example, is running at a negative. They just want market space, market share. All the ride shares from the last 5 years, they marked them down so much to where the taxi companies couldn't compete. You get a $15 ride from the airport, and the taxi company will charge $30. So consumers use the Uber ride share. Now the Uber ride share cost is high, like it's never been, because Uber actually wants to make money now. So they're trying to chase the market share. And now it's like the customers are seeing all these inflation of prices and service fees, and it's like scaring some people away. So I think we're in a tricky area, it's weird because I think a lot of people still don't even believe about tipping. And some of them think that we're getting paid more than we are. So they figure, I just saw the delivery fees and service fees. The driver has to be getting that. I'm not going to tip. And they don't understand that what we actually make. So I think there's a big disconnect there.
And I definitely agree. Huge disconnect. And something that the video, took a lot of attention on the TikTok.
Yeah.
And I think more of those videos probably going to start coming around.
Oh yeah.
People start, asking questions.
Yeah.
The work that actually that we had between a driver and a customer, eventually we'll join hands together with the customer. The customer will eventually realize that both of us are getting screwed.
Sure.
And then that war will turn between customer driver towards these apps.
Yeah.
But the outcome, I have no clue how to even predict it right now.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think like you said in the beginning, these companies are looking. DoorDash wants to be. A lot of these companies, they want to be Amazon. They want complete domination of that particular market, and they're going to spend a lot of money, billions of dollars, and run at a loss. Uber actually has lost billions. They've burned through $20 billion in the last few years. Uber has, right, as a company. And they haven't even paid their investors back. But they're in a point where, like, they have a big name. They have a lot of actual revenues coming in, but not profitability. I think DoorDash is the same way because they use all their profits for marketing just to build it and build it and build it. But at some point, the bubble's got to burst. People are still going to order from these apps and they're still going to want rideshare. But it's going to become so expensive that some people won't be able to afford it. And then that will trickle down to the drivers because there won't be as much money for us out there. And that's why I think it's important. I know you know this and you preach and believe this. We got to use these apps as a stepping stone. Why are you doing it? What's your next move? Think about that because we will not all be able to make the money we were making the last couple of years. So eventually that will start to even out and dissipate. And, we have to be forward thinking. I think that's really important. So.
And I definitely agree with you. And, the question that you asked in the video that you posted tonight, different source of income.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people kind of misunderstand. DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, that's one source of income.
That's one, yes. Yeah, that's one.
Because you turn one app, you have to turn another app on.
Yeah.
If you got to turn two of those, you turn the third one app. It's a one source of income.
Yeah.
Usually, what I consider 2, 3, 4 sources of income is like example. You have an eBay store. You also have it at the same time you're getting 2 sources of income.
Yes.
You have investments, 3 sources of income. So you kind of, that's the kind of income. And, I was looking at those answers and everybody like, oh, I have, multiple sources of income. And, DoorDash, Grubhub. And I said, guys, that's one source.
Yeah.
So, I do working on a couple sources of income, but primarily right now, one source of income is what actually brings the money in.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
It would be fair for me to start listing different sources of income on your channel.
No, I hear you, and I know, I just want people to, I talk about it because I want to challenge people and just have them at least spark a conversation. Think about that. What is it for you? It could, you might not have it now, but are you working towards that? Is it an eBay store? Is it a vending machine? Is it selling clothes on Poshmark? Is it walking dogs and food delivery? Are you able to make money while you're also making money delivering McDonald's for Grubhub, right? Can you do that? But then also you have something else in the background to where if you take a week off, you might have a check next week and you didn't actually work, thinking about it, money in different ways, because that's what I'm doing and I enjoy it. And I want people to understand that you can do it. Anybody can do it as long as you put forth the effort and you think about your market and what needs that market could use and think outside the box, take some risks, bet on yourself. Don't just use the apps because eventually that will run out at some point. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
Slavic, always a pleasure, my friend. I'll take another call, but I appreciate the support, my friend. And if you guys haven't checked out Slavic's channel yet, check it out. It's SLAVICD. Check out his channel. He's got some good, interesting videos on there. So, my friend, I'll talk to you soon and appreciate the support, man.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, man.
Talk to you next time.
All right. Okay, so Slavic D. All right, let's see who else we got in here. And listen, I want you guys to know, and you guys know this. You guys are fantastic in the chat. I wish I could keep up with everybody, but I appreciate you guys being here and helping each other. What up, Gig Cleveland? How are you, man? Dash and Family Grant. What up? Joseph, Christopher Taylor still in the house. When I talk about multiple streams, it's not multi-apping. That's different. If you got Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats, we should all have that. Okay? We should all have that because you want to open up as many options as possible while you're out in your car, right? I'm talking about like what other sources of income do you have that, you're not just getting paid every Tuesday from the gig apps. You actually have maybe a W-2, or on Monday or Wednesday, you get this money from the eBay store, or you get paid from your Rover account because you washed a couple dogs last week. Like there's a lot of different ways. Okay. I'm not going to give advice on that, but I will challenge you guys and continue to challenge you and maybe even motivate you. Like, what is it for you? Do you have a YouTube channel? Do you want to get to 1K subs so you can have a little bit of money coming in from that? Right. And, a lot of us have that kind of stuff. So what is it for you? Think about that. So, all right, let's see. I want to talk about tipping culture since I worked in other jobs based on tips, and also new app issues I've noticed the last 3 weeks. Tony from Ohio. Let's see if Tony's ready. I'll take as many calls as I can, guys. The phone's blowing up, so stay patient. Pedro Lou from that experience would love to talk about tipping. Lou, hang tight, my friend. I will get to you, okay? I will get to you. But Soda says ready whenever. Let's see. This person said, yeah. All right, so let's talk about this tipping culture since I worked in other jobs based on tips. Let's do that. Let's talk to this person right here. La, la, la. Oh, hold on. What happened? There we go. Okay. And if you're listening, make sure you got your audio down on the video.
Hey, what's up, Pedro?
Hello, how are you? Who do we have on the line tonight?
Tony's
Tony, what's up, man? How are you?
Good, great.
I was just in Ohio.
I know, I saw that on the thing. I was like, did he come to Youngstown? I was like, probably not.
No, so we stopped and stayed in. We drove through Columbus and then Dayton and maybe another part of Ohio, but we were there. It was a good time. So
yeah, that's the opposite side of me.
Okay, got you. So let's talk about the tipping. You got the floor, my friend. Go ahead.
It seems like a lot of jobs in the United States are based on tips, and then I hate hearing people cry about, oh, you don't like it, get another job. It's like, well, if you don't tip, this industry doesn't exist anymore. And that's like companies get shut down, people don't have jobs. So I used to work in the casino industry. I was a blackjack dealer for 10 years. Okay. And they would say the same thing, like, you don't like it, get another job. It's like, well, get another hobby, because ain't nobody doing this job for under 10 an hour. So then gambling's completely gone now. So boom, wipe it off the map. Yeah. Same thing with like being a waitress. Like, well, we're gonna have to do all drive-thrus now because you don't want to tip me, so getting served no more. Boom, wipe that job off the map. It just it sucks in this country that these jobs rely on paying the employee based on tips. It's not our fault, If the job pays good, we're gonna take the job, but we know that because of the tips.
Absolutely.
So it's unfair. It's just I know you should tip based on performance, but it's just unfair that too many jobs are based on tips.
I think you bring up a great point. And, we hear and we see things and news articles or viral videos or people on YouTube saying, if you don't like it, get another job. You just brought up a really good point, because if all of us, and we're seeing a little bit of it right now, because a lot of people, left their jobs or didn't go back to fast food for the pandemic or whatever, for whatever reason, there's a multitude of reasons. And what happened is, restaurants had to close lobbies, drive-thrus got longer, people got upset because they don't like to wait, right? So like when you tell somebody, if you don't like it, get another job, and then they do get another job or whatever, then the same people that said that get upset because now they got to wait 25 minutes for their Starbucks, where last year they only had to wait 5. So it's like certain people are telling us, if you don't like it, get another job. And then they also don't understand we need people doing these jobs. And we come into the casino dealer world because you can make good money doing it. But it is on the companies. They don't pay us, $25 an hour. They pay us $10 an hour or whatever. And then they expect the tips to be there because that's the society that we live in, right? Like that's what we, it's a not a necessity to go gamble. So if you win big or if you have a great dealer, you should throw them a few bucks. That's just common courtesy, right?
Common courtesy.
I think you bring up a great point. Yeah.
I mean, because if you advertise, oh, this job's $350 plus tips, and they're only getting $3-4 of tips, it's like, well, I'm not going to be a blackjack dealer. Like, no way. Right. I can make 3 times doing other jobs. It's like, well, now the industry dies because, not everybody tips. I understand that, but what sucks with DoorDash is, yeah, you do have to tip beforehand, and I've gotten a lot of DoorDashes, and I always seem like I get a terrible driver.
Mm-hmm.
So it sucks putting out $6-7, and then, you see them multi-app, and you get your food late.
Yeah.
That's just how it is, though, If I don't want to get that food myself, well, I'm going to throw this tip out, and hopefully I get my food.
Yeah.
I get a common, decent person, but all aspects of life, you're going to have shitty people in different jobs.
Oh, absolutely. And I think because DoorDash allows pretty much anybody to dash, it's very easy to get on a platform. You're gonna attract some great drivers, and you're also gonna attract some really crappy drivers that just don't really care as much, as far as people like you and I do. So, Hey man, how was your week? How was your Thanksgiving? Did you dash this week? Did you take some time off?
I took a lot of time off this week. Luckily, the large orders keep coming in. That's basically where I've gotten like 75% of my money this week. But on Thanksgiving, I turned the app on, going to my niece's house, and literally did a delivery right behind the house. I was like, all right, cool. I'll just do that one delivery, made money on the way to the house.
Nice.
Quick $8, and then went and ate and didn't do much. I only worked like 20 hours this week.
Okay.
I mean, around 500, but that's because of absurd amount of high orders. I'm the one who sent you that Instagram today about that catering order.
Okay, I'll have to look because my girlfriend, like, I don't really check my Instagram a lot. I check it a few times a week. My girlfriend kind of posts stuff and like she read, so I got to do better at checking it, but I'll check it out later. But
it was I said it was $150 subtotal. It was a $750 offer. And I was like, guess the amount. I'm gonna call in tonight, and you've seen it, but yeah, she must have seen it.
Well, so you said
36.
$36. So you said it was $100 and something, but they only showed you $750, right?
They only showed me $750 for like 4.2 miles. Like that's so terrible because I mean, in my market, I'm taking that because it's literally a straight shot. But for some people, 4.2 miles could be a death sentence. It just depends on the route.
Sure,
so
and it depends on the merchant and the amount. If I see 750, 4.2, and I see 12 items and I accept, and it's $150, I'm on that all day because I know there's a 95% chance it's probably at least $15, $20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've been getting like record after record after record. Like this week I had my highest offer and I turned it down. It was a Walgreens 29 items, $32.50 offer. I turned it down.
Because
like,
because of the amount of items?
The amount of items for Walgreens, I just thought I had a 26-minute time window and it was going to a kind of crappy area, but it was only like 6 miles. But I was like 29 items. I was like,
that's a lot.
5 items at Walgreens can be a nightmare. I was like, man.
See, I probably, Tony, would have accepted it and then seen what the items are. And this is why I say that. It could have been 29 items, but it could have been like 10 bags of chips, 10 Gatorades, and then some candy. That's really easy. But if it would have been like 29 or like 25 out of 29 separate items or like cases of water, then I would have dumped it. But maybe that would have been one that would have been like, easy. You never know until, you really look. But that's a lot. That's a lot of items. I've never seen that many items on a Walgreens before.
Yeah, that's the highest offer I've ever seen. And that same day, I actually had a $33 delivery, and I was like, "Oh, that's my highest DoorDash." I'm like, "Great!" And I beat my highest DoorDash 3 times this week. But one reason why I turned it down is because I'm in the large order program. You have to maintain 95%.
Okay.
And now I'm having a huge issue. I told you there's a new issue I'm seeing the last 3 weeks. I'm getting like, we'll say a Panera, $10, 4 miles, whatever. You get that at like 10:55. All right, you get there at 11. Pick up order at 12:10. I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
So I unassigned a couple of those, and then it keeps happening to me. It's only happening at Panera Bread, though.
Yeah. Panera,
man.
man.
I want to unassign it.
Panera can be so tricky, man. I've made a lot of money with my local Paneras, okay? And then I've also unassigned. Most of my unassigns are from Panera, though. It's like so hit or miss for me in my market with them.
I don't know if this is Panera's fault. I don't know if this is a scheduled delivery, but if I order food at 10:55, and I say I want Panera Bread shouldn't have it in their system until 12.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I mean, it's unfair to me because they're like, well, do you want to wait? I'm like, and you want to sign it without, a negative? They're like, no. I'm like, well, I'll have to wait then because the next guy's going to unassign it. The next guy's going to unassign it. It's been happening a lot lately.
I'm
trying to maintain that rate.
from what I understand, having conversations with the one of my local Paneras, I know a couple of the people in there pretty well. And obviously they have orders coming in through the DoorDash app, but then also through their website that they dispatch, right? And a lot of it has to do with the dispatching, like the person that's actually working the computers that they have there. And if they know how to dispatch them correctly on their end, as far as from their own orders on the website. But I have heard from several different people in that same Panera that the DoorDash app, the way that it dispatches, they don't have control over. And it's a timing issue, and they seem very upset by it. And I'm not sure if that manager that manages at Panera do they even reach out to DoorDash to try to manipulate that? But I think they're so overworked and understaffed that they just kind of deal with it, and there isn't any fix for it because they either they don't care or they feel like they don't have the time. But Panera is definitely an issue for me sometimes too.
Yeah, but I just hope that it's just an issue with Panera because I don't want this to start happening everywhere. I'm like, all right, sweet, $12 offer, get there. You can't pick it up for 70 minutes. It's like, no, what do I do? And then I don't get no add-ons. I've waited a couple times because, like I said, I don't want to unassign. So I'm right around 95, 96%. I'm really trying to stay in that program. It's like my bread and butter now. So
yeah, no, I think you got to be smart about the unassigned, especially if you're getting those large ones and you're making a lot of money with that. You be careful with what you select, right? So yeah. Tony, always a pleasure, my friend. I appreciate the support, and I'll check that Instagram out. Maybe I missed it. Thanks, man.
Yep, no problem.
All right.
Later.
My girlfriend's in the kitchen making noise. If you guys can't hear, what are you doing? You getting cereal? My her name's Madison. You guys check out the Instagram. She's beautiful. You can see her there. But she loves cereal. She's a cereal monster. Cookie Monster from the Sesame Street. She's a cereal monster. So if she was a character on Sesame Street, she would have a sweatshirt on with a cereal box and a thing of milk. That's what she loves to eat. She's not happy with me right now. All right, so we're going to call our friend Lou from the Long Island Dash Experience. We'd love to talk about tipping. So, Lou, let's see if Lou's ready. We'll send him a little ready text. I want to see what Lou and or Mary possibly have to say about that. While we're waiting on that, let's check the chat out. We got Charlie. What up, man? Dina, TN, Tina. We got, I saw a new, where's it at? I saw a new person to this channel. So they finally caught alive. Let me see if I can't find it. I think it was Roxy Rainey. What up? How are you? Roxy, I think you are the person that has the Volkswagen. Am I wrong or am I right? I know you got the cool car, right? Kathy, I eat cereal almost every night, Pedro. Yay, Madison. Count Chocula. Put in the comments what your favorite cereal is. Mine, I like cereal. It's not good for me, though. So I like peanut butter Captain Crunch. I can eat an entire box of peanut butter Captain Crunch. Like, without a problem, very easily. It's so good. Peanut butter Captain Crunch. And I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Those are my two favorite. All right, so let's see if they're ready. They are ready. So let's give these guys a call. We are calling Lou from the Long Island Dash Experience.
Yo.
Lou, how are you, my friend?
What's good?
I'm good, man. How are you guys?
Doing pretty good. Mary's sleeping. Just me.
It's well. She's smart to be asleep. I'm sure she had a busy week.
Yeah. She does the driving. We went out tonight. We did a 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. shift tonight. I got to tell you, it was pretty awesome on a Sunday doing a 4 to 8.
Do you guys usually do? Is that different for you guys?
Yeah. Well, you know what it is. We went out 4 to 8 because speaking of Panera, my daughter works at Panera.
Okay.
And she worked the 4 to 8 shift, so we figured we drop her off at 4 and. When we finish up, when she's ready, we go and we pick her up. It's usually how a lot of our shifts end is usually having to pick somebody up.
Yeah, that's cool though. You kind of it sounds like you're kind of maximizing your time and dashing and doing gig work when you can, and it seems like it's kind of convenient almost.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, 4 to 6. I mean, I was actually really excited for it because 4 to 6 on a Sunday, people usually eat early on Sundays. And it's like by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, on a Sunday, people are kind of winding down, getting ready for the work week, maybe, going to bed a little bit early, so it was pretty exciting. But,
that's cool, man. That's cool.
Cool. So it was fun. It was a fun night. We did a spoiler alert for Friday's video. We did another donation episode. donated all of our earnings over to the Alzheimer's Foundation of America. So
awesome,
that was
man.
very fun to do.
That's fantastic. And I saw the video you guys did. I guess it's probably been maybe just a couple weeks or whatnot when you did the last one. It's cool, man. I love your guys' channel. Let me just talk about y'all for a minute, and then we'll get into tipping. So this is Lou and Mary from the Long Island Dash Experience. They have a phenomenal channel. You guys have had it for how long now?
It's been going on since August.
Okay, so it hasn't been that long, but you guys are growing really well. I love your guys' relationship and your chatting back and forth. It's just great, man. I think you guys got a really awesome channel. I know I've told you that personally, and I want you guys to go check them out. Really great content. So Lou, what do you? Let's talk about. That. You're welcome. Let's talk about the tipping, man. What do you want to say about that?
So I wrote down some things so I didn't forget what I wanted to say.
Okay.
To the points that I wanted to kind of hit, and actually the first thing which a previous caller brought up, or you brought up, is about the fact that these apps are luxury. Now, before I started doing DoorDash, the whole reason why I started doing DoorDash, because I have a W-2, I play poker.
Mm-hmm.
I make more money from W-2 and I make more money from poker than I would ever do making from this stuff.
Yeah.
But it got me out of the house, which was important. Got me more time with Mary, which was important.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, I was always using these apps. I started using them at the beginning of the pandemic. I don't think I used them before the pandemic, but I got COVID early on during the pandemic, last March, March 2020, and that's really when we started using them.
You use them as a customer, you mean, right?
As a customer, correct.
Okay, got it.
Correct. So I would say I was using this for a little more than a year before one day I just wanted to kind of just test it out to see I wonder what it's like to be on their end. So it totally is a luxury. It's 100% a luxury.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if people understand it's a luxury, I don't know, because I think a lot of people take things for granted that are so easy, which especially with today's technology, everything just seems so much darn easier. The fact that I can literally pick up my cell phone and order, I don't want to use Taco Bell as an example because I try to avoid it because I know what a nightmare it is for the DoorDash driver.
Yeah.
I try to put them through that nightmare as much as possible.
Yeah.
But I get the DoorDash driver to pick up, something that's a little bit quicker, so maybe I'll be happier.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the issue is that people take this for granted. The fact that they can do this, and just to go to that TikTok, which I didn't know about until today. I watched Hannibal put out a video.
Yes.
And that's the first I saw, because I'm still not really up on the whole TikTok thing as much as I should be. I'm just really haven't gotten that hit yet, but one day maybe I will.
Oh, I think you and Mary. I tried TikTok. It wasn't for me. I think you guys would do very well on it. So look into that. Yeah.
I made a TikTok early on to try and advertise the channel.
Yeah.
And I got so much going on between everything. I don't have time to get that. So.
Yeah. I hear you. Me too. That's why I didn't really go through with it. But yeah, it's an extra thing. So
I'm still streaming poker on Twitch even. So I got so much going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think the portion that I saw of it, which was on Hannibal's channel, on his video. I don't know if you had a chance to see it yet.
I did see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So the girl mentioned about I'm okay tipping somebody who works in a restaurant because I can see their service, but I'm not okay with tipping a driver because I have no freaking clue who this is that's actually going to be delivering my food. I don't think it's a good job. I've had bad experiences in the past. And, I think this is all about and I got to kind of blame DoorDash because Uber, I think, does a little bit of a better job bringing on drivers.
I agree. I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Grubhub does a much better job on bringing on drivers. Yeah. Because it's hard to get on Grubhub. DoorDash, the fact that I literally opened up my app and said, I wonder what's going to be a DoorDash driver, clicked it, and literally was driving within an hour.
Yep.
And then this is why you see these freaking crazy stories about freaking people going to the bathroom in garbage cans, or people freaking contaminating police officers. and then what happens? Well, everybody just loves negativity. Everybody and I'm already noticing it now. We've now put up over 50 videos on YouTube, and I look at my analytics and I see where the views are.
Yep.
Because I'm going to tell you right now. You want to know what is my lowest viewed video that I've done in the last 2 months? You can take a wild guess.
Probably
the lowest viewed is.
Probably the one where you were doing something for charity or doing something good for somebody.
Exactly.
Yep. Same.
That is my lowest. That hasn't been hit. All my videos hit over 1,000 views.
Yep.
That one has been hit 1,000 views. Why? Because we're doing good.
Because you're doing good.
Because it's not negative.
Yep.
Meanwhile, our last video, had to do with COVID, and I was very, very nervous about putting out this video. I was actually not going to put out a video. I was actually going to say we're just not going to have a video. But Mary and I talked about it, and we said, let's just do it. It's what happened, and people are watching it.
Yep.
Right? Because it's negative, and I think that's the issue. So now what happens? I'm a customer. I'm seeing this. I have to tip them in advance. How do I not know I'm going to get a girl who takes who goes to the bathroom in a garbage can?
Yeah.
Sure. You know what? I think most of us who are driving are good people.
I agree with that as well.
But those little few are going to ruin it for the rest of us.
Well, that's what we don't talk about, and I've talked about this. Like whatever's most of the time what's newsworthy is going to be the negative. It's going to be the drama. And anybody on YouTube within this space, you're not the only one, Lou. The most viewed videos are either going to be tips and tricks. If that happens to go viral and the algorithm wants to push it, that's my number one view is a tips and tricks kind of video, right? That's my number one.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else that's really popular on my channel, and I do videos every day, is typically something either bashing DoorDash or talking about a negative experience. And if I do a video like this week, road trip, all fun stuff, I don't get a lot of views on those, but I make them because that's what I want to make, right?
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, the negative happens, and we got to talk about it because it's part of the job. But we tend to, as consumers or just people, we gravitate towards the drama,
Yeah, and it's to me, it's honestly, it's kind of sad. I mean, as a creator, I'd be like, Mary and I were discussing this, like some things that we're not going to be doing. We're not going to be doing a tips and tricks video.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because everybody else has done one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what do I have to offer?
Yeah.
That's going to be any different. Just watch any of our videos, and you'll see the tips and tricks.
Yeah.
And the other thing is I'm not going to sit here and first of all, videos are just documenting our shift anyway. But I'm not going to make a video about complete negativity.
Yeah.
That this is now granted, if anybody watches my video, they know I have major issues with Grubhub. Okay, but
yeah.
I don't trust them. I think they are the sleaziest of all the companies. Okay, because half of the people have anything that's a pay in the store. Those people have no idea they're even on Grubhub.
No idea,
okay?
And it could be an hour of your time.
Yeah, no clue. But still, I'm not going to make a Grubhub hate video. Okay,
yeah.
Now I may say some things in my videos because you know what? Listen, I'm New York. I'm Italian. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. But it's not going to be the focal point. Now, something else interesting that I was talking to Mary about tonight is, with regards to tipping, is the default tip amounts that are on these apps.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to look at DoorDash specifically also because DoorDash, Uber puts a percentage amount when you tip. And I use both Uber and DoorDash. Now, I'm going to tell you how much I use these apps, okay? First, pretty much like all the DoorDash and Uber Eats we do pretty much pays for our
Yeah, it pays for your food bill.
Right, exactly. So we, with the kids, and listen, that's not big fun. So
yep, I get it.
The Uber has percentages, okay. DoorDash has straight dollar amounts.
Mm-hmm.
The dollar amounts default on DoorDash is 18%. Now, I don't know how it is in your market, but I notice that most of the tips that come in are 10% of the subtotal.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why it's really it's really that simple to figure out hidden tips.
It's very. I can figure it out most of the time. It's very easy. Yeah.
Right. What's 10%? Because most people are not doing the default. Now, me, what do? I do whatever the top number is at DoorDash, like 20%, 22%. I'll tell you, I didn't do that before I did the gig apps.
Sure.
I probably, in fact, I can tell you for a fact, I was not a great tipper before I did the gig apps.
Mm-hmm.
I would actually, DoorDash gave the free numbers, I would always click down.
Yeah.
Now I click up and then I hit one more dollar above that.
Yeah.
You know, and I keep in mind the number of miles because I know, even though I know a lot of these DoorDash drivers have no idea. You know, I don't know if you're part of any Facebook groups. Yeah, I'm part of some Facebook groups, and I see these people. There's one guy today. He posted. He's like, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong, and he posted a screenshot of his last 3 orders he did, and all 3 of them with no tip.
Oh man.
I thought, well, we can tell you exactly what you're doing wrong. You don't have a plan. You don't have a plan going in.
Mm-hmm.
This is obviously going to cause another issue. But I think it's interesting. So what if DoorDash, Uber Eats, I don't want to run Grubhub, but DoorDash and Uber Eats, what if they made their default tips lower? That's on the customer. Because at the beginning, at the end of the day, where does it all start? It starts with the customer, and it starts with the transparency from these companies to the customer.
I couldn't agree with you more. Yeah.
If you give them, they're seeing these numbers. They're first of all, we already got the fees, we got all this stuff. Now you're telling me that the default tip you're going to suggest is going to be 18%.
Yeah.
That's a really high number.
It is.
Maybe then, if you give them a lower number, maybe they will. Maybe they've had some great experiences on DoorDash. Maybe they'll click that number higher.
So let me ask you a question. So, using your scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll add it in with a McDonald's. So McDonald's order, it's $20, let's say, right? That's the subtotal, okay? Which is you can easily spend $20 at McDonald's, right? Without blinking an eye.
Yeah.
A couple value meals, you're at $20, okay? So that, let's say they started at 10%, like you're saying, that's $2.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got a $2.25 base pay like I got, it's $4.25, right? That's what it's going to show, right? And we know Dashers will take $4.25. Like it is what it is. If it's not a lot of miles, or even if it is, they'll take it. But what you're saying, what I'm hearing, and tell me if I'm wrong, you're saying if it starts at that $2, and if that person has had some good experiences, maybe they won't use the default and they might tip $4 or $5 instead. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Exactly. Now they'll be more inclined to, whereas opposed to when 18% is the tip amount that's suggested that they use, which is listen, I tip freaking 25%.
Mm-hmm.
But, listen, like you said, I'm, Joe Schmo on my phone ordering McDonald's, and McDonald's I'll never order on DoorDash because it's just the price is so stupid. I was there, I'm going to pick it up, forget this.
It's literally double.
It's insane. It's insane to be sitting here and it's double. What if you pay $20 worth of food? If you went to McDonald's and bought $20 worth of food on DoorDash, you're spending at least like $35.
Yep.
Just on the upcharge alone that McDonald's is going to charge because they have to recoup the fees that they're paying DoorDash to do it.
Right.
So now you're paying more for McDonald's because you're using this luxury service. Then you're paying the extra fees if you don't have the monthly pass.
Yep.
Okay, you're paying the extra fees. Now you get this 18%. They want me to pay my DoorDash driver 18% of 30. They want me to pay him $3.50, $4.
Yeah.
Like for freaking a Big Mac that's like going to kill me a year earlier.
Yeah.
What are they nuts? So no, they are they going to lower that tip to 10%? They're going to do no tip possibly.
Or they'll do no tip. Yeah.
Yeah, because that option is there for other. So so to me, and something I've thought about is the amount that they suggest. I don't. That's something I think that maybe if they adjust it, maybe we might see a little bit of a difference. Now, mindset, of course, is going to be, some people just don't believe in tipping. Which let me ask you a question, because you've been in the industry much longer than I have, and in the food industry, and what industries besides this, what jobs besides this, do you tip before you actually have your service?
I would say, I worked in restaurants a long time, managed, did I did every job in the building, right? But so in that regard, you're only tipping after. The only thing I can think of, and I've thought about this, Lou, a little bit. I think sometimes when or you're getting like a room service, maybe you might tip before. Sometimes, at hotels, or maybe like I've been on vacations and like, you give somebody some money to bring you a cocktail and you tip before sometimes, but like those are really rare. I can't think of any really, because like if you get a haircut or you get your nails done or you get a massage or you get a tattoo, like there are other areas, or you get like a taxi, you're always tipping after service, right? You're tipping after. So I really can't think of some that you tip before. And I think that's why this work that we do and these new gig apps are so unique, because consumers are miseducated because they don't understand what we actually make. And they feel like, some of them I feel like, well, I'll tip after. Like the Uber app asked me, how was your service? Would you like to tip your driver more? And DoorDash doesn't do that, right? And I think a lot of consumers are okay with tipping us if it's after, to see, was the food hot? Was it fresh? Did they use a bag? Were they courteous? Did they follow delivery instructions? Things like that some consumers might look for. But it is odd. It is a little odd that they are being asked to tip before the service is complete. I do agree with that, but I think it's mostly they just don't understand how this works and what we look for when the order comes through. You know what I mean?
Exactly, 100%. And that really could be the big issue when it comes to the gig apps. Is it's an action that nobody is used to doing because they've never done it that way before.
Right.
So
and we're already doing the way that we're getting items delivered to our home. Now, we've always had deliveries, whether it was medical deliveries or pizza and Chinese, or some people have had groceries delivered for a while, but those are usually well-to-do people. People that had a little more disposable income had those type of things delivered. Right now, because of the pandemic and these big companies, they want all market share. They want as many consumers as possible. We're having every kind of demographic order food delivery and Instacart or whatever else, Walmart, all the retail stores, Petco, like Bed Bath and Beyond, like every place under the sun is offering delivery, and it's to everybody. So like now it's like, it's not just the affluent people. It's like everybody wants food, but they don't want to pay for it. And they don't think it's luxury because everything's so convenient right now. And I think it's like the good with the bad, because I enjoy it because we're able to make money, right? Like if we're smart, you can make money doing these apps. But then at the end of the day, like we have to decipher through so much trash because some people just don't understand how it works. And I think if the gig apps were 100% transparent with the consumer, they would probably lose some of their consumers because they wouldn't want to be part of that. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
So then the question is, well, then what's the fix? Is there a fix, or is this just going to continue to be a thing? I don't really know. Like, okay, so we know the problem. How do we fix the problem? And I think that's the real tricky thing. And like, are these companies? I mean, I personally don't think these companies really care about this problem. I think this is the problem that we talk about, and that like the DoorDash, they I'll relay a situation I had just to let you know, like where DoorDash. Another spoiler alert. I had a situation. I was in a restaurant yesterday, a Chinese restaurant, and I walk in, and the merchant is on the phone with DoorDash support, for the merchant end. And he's saying a dasher came in and they took the wrong order. And the DoorDash support person, who we know is just reading off a script, they don't know how to deviate. There's no outside the box. They just kept on repeating themselves. And the merchant is saying, listen, I have their food here, and they got a lot of food. I want them to get their food. And the DoorDash support person is like, well, the order's already complete. There's really not much you can do.
Yeah.
You have to cancel. And he's like, but I want them to get their food.
Yeah.
And this went on for about five, 6 minutes, and I hear him getting calls. It's a local Chinese place. I hear him getting calls. He's like, listen, he got so frustrated. He's like, I can't take this anymore. I can't take this anymore. And he just hung up the phone. The customer called immediately. He said, yeah, I got the wrong food and everything like that. He hung up. I told the guy, listen, because the woman now is going to come and actually pick up the food. I said, make sure you let her know to call DoorDash and cancel. So she gets her refund. Because on DoorDash's end, everything worked out great. So when Dashers are communicating to DoorDash customer service, when merchants are communicating to DoorDash customer service is reading through a script. Not much gets back to DoorDash. We click reasons why we aren't accepting orders. That does absolutely nothing. We've already established that. We know that the reason you give means absolutely nothing. So DoorDash, they're always going to want to get crapped on because they're the ones who get the most orders. Uber Eats, I think, is a complete disaster. Grubhub, I think, is an even bigger disaster. They don't care. So I don't know if there's going to be a fix, any kind of transparency, and I think it's just always going to have to be down to us to just say, I'm not, like we always do, no tip. No trip. And people aren't going to be able to make that adjustment, this new way of tipping before your service as opposed to after your service. It's going to be, I think you bring a good point. It's new, it's different. I think, on a very small scale, we as YouTube content creators, as the gig economy community, and whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Reddit, we could talk about the negative. We can also talk about the positive. But at the end of the day, we can help each other to make better informed decisions and educate ourselves and the consumers and new dashers or drivers coming on the platform so that we can do what we have to self-manage ourselves because we are independent contractors. We're not employees. So the companies, we have to realize they're looking at market share. They're looking at investors. They're looking at growth. They're not looking at are the drivers happy? That's not even on the radar. They probably have maybe one quarter meeting, every 4 times a year talking about these things, but it's not part of their forefront. And we talk about it because it affects our day to day. It affects the consumers day to day. But at the end of the day, like they're just, they're thinking about other things, dollars and cents. They're not thinking about the customer that doesn't tip and lives 10 miles away. They could care less because they got their 30%. They got their money. They got paid. They just want to, eventually it'll get there. It's all the same to them. It doesn't make a difference. But I think it's interesting. I think a lot's going to happen in the next couple years, 2022 and beyond. I think a lot will change. Some legislation is going to be passed in certain states. I think this will be an ever-flowing, evolving thing. And I think the best thing we can do, and I know I'm a broken record, is we got to just use these apps as a stepping stone to whatever we want to really do in whatever timeline that is for you, and use them to the best of your ability, and then move on and not be caught off guard. But if they do something crazy, you always have like something in your back pocket. You know what I mean? I definitely I 100% agree. And I would just say, I would just reiterate that to everybody. It's like, don't become married to today's way of making money. Always be evolving. Always be ready to go on to the next thing, because once you become complacent, you're already moving backwards. Absolutely.
Lou, appreciate your time, man. Tell Mary I said hello when she wakes up tomorrow. You guys have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon, man.
All right, catch you later.
All right, man.
Be well.
All right, that is my friend Lou from the Long Island Dash Experience. Check out his channel if you haven't already. That was a long call, but it was a good one. So let's see. All right, so I know we had some other people said they wanted to talk. So I think we got Bud Soda here. Let's see if he's ready. I'm going to put the text in line chat in. You guys can text in and talk about a topic. The topics tonight are, what should merchants do with orders that never get picked up and or sit there forever? Topic number 2 is tipping culture in America. Is it a broken system? Topic number 3, road trip stories. Somebody call in, let me know about a good road trip story. I just went on a road trip, obviously this last 6 days, had a great time. What's a good road trip memory you have? And then the 4th topic, hold on, see if my own brain can remember, was, don't want to look at my notes. I'm gonna have to because I can't remember. No, hold on. What was the other topic? Hold on. The other topic was about. Oh man, I lost it. And there's so many comments in here, I'm not gonna be able to find it. Oh, I got it right here. Hold on. Bud Soda says he's ready, so we'll call him in a second. The fourth topic was, oh man, Pedro's showing his age. What income streams do you have or are you working towards? So not multiple apps, but do you have other streams of income or are you working towards that? You can share that with us as well. Okay, sorry, I'm an old man. All right, so let's give Bud Soda a holla. All right.
Hello, Pedro.
What's up, man? How are you?
Pretty good, brother. Well, not meeting my goals, but I'm really trying.
Are you out right now doing work?
Yep.
Okay.
Pushed myself to midnight. Oh, that's a relief. Last night it booted me off. I couldn't get back in.
That sucks.
All right. So, once I pull $125 out my butt here in 25 minutes, I doubt that.
I mean, I hope you do, but that's not likely. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on a peak pay right now. I took the 775 order because it set me out of zone. Like, it set me out of zone. I'm dashing in cold water town zone, Newport jump zone. But what the restaurant should do with bags, okay, McDonald's, that lady was complaining, oh, my Sprint was all over my food. I don't know why in the world McDonald's puts their drinks in with their burgers. That makes zero sense. You're going to have a warm drink, cold burgers.
I think it's great. It's easy for us.
Yeah. Well, put it in a separate bag or just give it to them. They got those little cardboard things they put on it.
They do.
And sometimes when it's a big order, like I had today, I had to use my catering bag. They put the drinks and all the other hot stuff separate. So they should try that. Well, anyways, but they definitely need at least heat lamps. I know DQ has them. Wayback has them. A couple other restaurants do, but not many.
I have seen a few areas or a few stores that have like a hot box that the bag comes out of or a heat lamp, but like most places, I'd say 9 out of 10 do not keep the food at a proper temperature.
Yeah, eventually the health department will crack. They do something.
I think some might, but I think a lot of those health departments, because of the pandemic, they just stopped doing some of the, they're not looking as like they used to. And that's me saying that coming from the restaurant management end of it. Like during the pandemic, the health department was so focused on COVID, they didn't even look at food. I mean, it was crazy. So a lot of these places are just skating by without actually holding food properly. I've seen it firsthand. It's rather remarkable, but.
Yeah, and ignore the beef. But anyways, I really think as far as the kitchen culture, yeah, it's kind of a new thing, but I mean, not really, because on websites before, and then to delivery places like Papa John's and Domino's, you can pre-tip and just if the manager proceeding or not, and actually give it to the drivers and employees. But we had this whole discussion with you the other night. My week's been up and down. I did work Thanksgiving. I was 100 off goal, way off goal, died out pretty early. I went home, and sure enough, as soon as I got north, dark red, very busy. By the time I got back, grayed out. I was pretty upset. The no tip, no trip. Well, I mean, I take things at face value. So it says $6 and it's all base pay, so be it. As long as someone's paying me, I'm pretty happy. We're not gonna get these apps to force or even heavily suggest that they tip. I'm pretty sure that Uber will start taking that away. I know these other guy there said, "Oh, let's just make the suggested tip lower." I think that would be a bad for us because then most customers would just be predisposed to select the lower tip. Maybe do that to customers who repeatedly don't tip,
going to tip something.
Yeah.
At least the order gets deployed faster.
Yeah, I don't think.
Dig out a little money too, you know.
Yeah, I don't think we could force tips. I think that's bad. I definitely am against that. I think that's, but for me, like if I see there's no tip on it, I just don't take it. That's just a personal decision for me because my market's so good and I can be selective and I'll wait for the next one. It's going to be better than the $6 all base pay, but that's just me. Everybody do what they want to do to make their money. But like we can't force customers. I think that would be companies won't do that because they'll lose revenue. Customers will just be like, well, I'm not going to order. If you're going to force something upon me, like that'll blow up in their face, right? But I think, something's got to be done with these 15-mile $5 orders and there's no tip. Like that customer, something has to happen. Like there has to be a disclaimer like, hey, suggest a tip because of the mileage or the order should never go through. Like I think those orders are just ridiculous, if they're too far proximity.
That was exactly my point, Pedro, is that you suggest the tip. We're not going to force these apps to ever do that because they'll lose market share.
Right.
Like you said earlier, these apps are all about just market share. They got the Amazon strategy going on where they're not really making jack crap. I mean, DoorDash showed a profit for the first time ever last year, and I bet you this year they're going to show a loss again.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, Uber's been doing that for years and years and years, and they're hedging so much that I heard they want to get into like public transportation like buses.
Yep.
Like that's how big they want to get.
Oh, it'll happen. It'll happen. Uber or somebody is going to have. They're going to have that, I think.
Well, anyways, I really think that we can't force it upon people. And ironically, in my rural area, I went to probably the sketchiest housing project in the area that's known for, let's just say, labs.
Okay.
And it's pretty sketchy being there at night, and I make sure to call the customer, make sure I'm right in front of the right door before I get out of the vehicle. They actually tip me versus the more well-off neighborhood will barely tip or not tip at all, and it would just be boosted on instant. It's pretty insane to me, but yes, I have seen the other end down here in my quote busier market where there's just all these giant no-tip orders. I mean, like 50, 100 or more units.
Wow.
Which is absolutely insanity.
That's crazy. That's
they
crazy.
were hiding the item amount on the shop for orders on DoorDash for a little bit. And I know Tanner made a video on it, and I saw it myself. But now today, I just started seeing the item count again. I only got 2 today, and they're both at great offers. So I didn't take them, but do what I can and move on. I'm just hoping everyone is out there making their money. I've been trying to push other dashers or other gig workers to watch your content and to deserve. And sorry, I'm put on post. And I hope that a higher percentage of us need to see this. Like a lot of people like to knock on Bentley. He actually did a dang good video and kind of redeemed himself from saying, "Oh, you should take these crappy tip orders because they meet your per mile ratio." And he's like, "No, you can't do that." And he actually gave like a full on what you should do as a dasher. That was pretty crazy to me. But there was only 3,500 views, and he has millions of subscribers.
Well, he's got 90 plus thousand. He don't have millions of subscribers, but he,
Okay,
yeah.
He got 90K, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm thinking someone else, my bad.
He's got a lot. I think he's got a lot of really good videos. I think he's education wise and giving people information. He just rubs some people the wrong way because he's a little cocky, I think, mostly. And he's not very humble. He doesn't come across as humble, and I don't think people like that. But I definitely think he's got some really good videos of information, and he's in tune with like that kind of stuff. But yeah.
I looked it up the other night. In the middle of the live, I just typed DoorDash and then YouTube.
Yeah.
And two Bentleys in there
Mm-hmm.
that had the highest view counts like from last year. So his more recent video to have like 2-3K views each, and in fact the percentage is so small, it's pretty sad to me. It tells me there's a lot of gig workers out here taking bad offers and not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, you could say someone give misinformation, but you can take from your own experience and some of their advice, this is how I've done it, and put that into your market, and that's how you start making money. Like, for me, it's advantageous to take a lot of mild orders. I take a lot of them, and they pay me very well.
Yeah.
And I get there a few miles doing that versus being in the congested city. Like, I start in the city of Watertown, and the first long distance order that's paying me decent enough or great, like I got a $21 order the other day doing that at the stack. I take it and I get the heck out of there. I say, don't be afraid of highway miles. At the same time, it depends on your market. If you're in Brooklyn and it says go 6 miles, don't take that. It's absolutely insanity to try to do that in the city.
Right. But if you're somewhere like you or I, and you can hit a highway, 6 miles is nothing. You know,
yeah, exactly.
You knock that out in 10 minutes. You know.
Boom.
Yeah, absolutely.
But all right, Pedro, I'll let you go.
I appreciate it, man. Hey, drive safe. Hope you can make what you can, and I'm my friend. I'll talk to you next time.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You too, man.
Everyone.
Talk to you later, man. All right. Bud Soda, everybody. Bud Soda. The man, the myth, the legend. He gets around, doesn't he? He's everywhere. All right. So I have a question for you, James Ruffalo, a DoorDash question. Would love to talk to you about it on the show. Let's see if James is ready. I know that name, James. Let's see if James is ready. We'll take another few calls here. Let's see who we got. We got Joel, Soldier 898. We got Stanley up in the house. Kathy's still in the house. Omniferous 86. Roxy Rainey's still in the house. We got Taquim Hilton. Taquim. I can't spell. Sam, what up? I can say that one. We got Joseph still, Dinah. You guys are always David Young. What up, man? Grubhub, it doesn't matter. I don't text anybody or Grubhub ever. I do it in the picture. Thank you, enjoy, and have a great night. And every delivery, 50% I get the thank you text. Yeah, I think I was talking about, do you guys send a message after delivery? Sometimes I do. I'll say thank you or enjoy food. I like it. I think people like that. Some people. Nice little touch, you know. Paul, what up? Let's see if this person is. Hi, Pedro. This is Siobhan. Let me tell you about one of my first deliveries. Let's see if, hold on, 1044. Oh, sorry. Oh, boom. All right. So James is ready. Let's give James a call. He wants to talk about, I have a question for you. Let's see what question James has. I like questions. Let's see what James is talking about. 107 people in the chat. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up.
And Google Voice will try to connect you.
This is Pedro. James has got that James Bond telephone. Hello. Who do we have on the line tonight? Is this James?
Yes, it is.
James, how are you?
Good. Yes, I had a question, and also too, not necessarily like event, but like if it is event, it's for the drivers. Like,
sure.
It's not for the it's not. But anyway.
Got it.
What I was gonna say was I had a stacked Walmart delivery yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But and I know some people don't like the Walmart deliveries, but in my market, if I get a good amount of them, they're usually in one area and they'll pay like really well. Like I have like 6 deliveries and they were all like in the same complex area or kind of like in the same general area.
Yeah.
And it paid like $40.
That's great. I know what you mean by those. Yeah, I've done a couple. They're pretty good.
I saw the amount of miles on it and I So I took it, but each of them were all like one little item each. Like they were partial orders because I was told that with Walmart, it's only they'll give you orders of what other Walmarts don't have or whatever. And I'm guessing like they kind of were able to bundle it up. They were able to bundle up into other area where there was like another Walmart, I guess, or whatever it was.
I see.
But
Okay.
the one guy was telling me that I delivered to the base pay that I got, the $7.25 per order or whatever it was. He asked me, I put a tip on that order. Are you going to get the tip, or is another driver going to get the tip, or do I have to tip every single driver that delivers all of my complete orders? That's what he was asking me, and I had no idea how to answer that.
Yeah, so I think what I've done some Walmarts, and I've done like, I've done some Walmarts like 3 or 4 or 6, and they're all like 1 or 2 items, right? And you got to scan it and you drop it off. And I've even gone to the one home and I've seen already a Walmart delivery at that same address. Like another driver dropped it off before me. I've even been to where I've showed up at the same house with another DoorDash driver and he's dropping it off, right? And I think what happens is
if a Walmart doesn't have it,
if one Walmart doesn't have it, it goes to exactly. Or like if it's an out of stock from a previous day or something, and then they'll, it comes in stock the next day, then it becomes like a late delivery. Yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes
they want to guarantee 100. They want to guarantee 100%.
Right.
I had another question.
And I think if a customer tips, let's say they tip $5, and 2 different drivers see it, or 2 different drivers had a hand in that total order, it might be only one driver gets the 5 and the other one gets none, because I've seen Walmart deliveries with tips right beforehand, and I've seen Walmart deliveries with no tips.
Yeah.
I've seen Walmart deliveries where I drop it off and the customer can tip after, and it comes in the next day. So I don't know. I don't have enough information to how Walmart runs it, but it's definitely very different.
And here's my vent part.
Okay.
This is the best part. And
Okay.
I'm sure other drivers have experienced this too. When I go, and I'll always send a customer a courtesy text, whether they know they're ordering from DoorDash or not.
Okay.
I always send them a courtesy text that says, "Hey, my name is DoorDash. My name is James. I'm from DoorDash or whatever. I'm here with your order." Or I'll just say I'm here with your delivery order from Walmart, whatever, blah blah blah. And usually I'll say, "Thank you for using DoorDash. Have a great day." Be casual and friendly with them. And then I leave the order. That way, if the camera doesn't work on the app, I just go into the text, take a picture, and then go on my way.
Yeah.
So I always cover myself either way. So in case they say I didn't get my order, and they're like, "Well, that's it right there.
Yep.
It worked in the app, but it works there."
No, that's smart.
But
Yeah, that's smart.
Some customers will text me back. Some customers will text me back, or one customer actually called me up yelling and goes, "I didn't order anything from DoorDash. I ordered Walmart."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Yeah, they dispatch it to Walmart."
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like when I did Grubhub, and it said, "I didn't order through Grubhub. I ordered through Seamless."
Yep.
And like, don't they know it's the same company? It's been the same company. I mean, Walmart, DoorDash aren't, but they're a partnership, and it even says sometimes on certain sites it'll say it, but not every website has that.
Yeah. Or not every customer, or not every customer really might pay attention to that. Like they're ordering on a Walmart website.
One customer got mad and goes, "Oh, great! That means now I have to tip you." Like they got mad because it was a DoorDash driver.
Well, but they don't have to tip. It's not forced.
But I just like how they worded it. They're
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, great!
Yeah.
Now I have to tip you."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, "Wow, you weren't going to tip me if I was just a Walmart driver."
Yeah. It's funny. It's weird.
Like they rely on tips too. And
Yeah.
my favorite is when they get mad at me when the way they stock the items in the bags. I'm like, I don't stock the items in the bags. They do it.
Right.
And then they go with me and they're like, "You people at Walmart," and I'm thinking like, whoa.
I don't work at Walmart. But I think some people don't.
I do not work at Walmart.
Some people don't know that, and
I
or
do not.
you know, they don't know.
I have a good rapport with the people at the local one that's right by my house. I have a good rapport with them.
Yeah. But you know,
whenever I go there, they see my car. They already put me as a checked in.
Well, that's nice.
And they see me like pulling in. If they know who I am, if it's somebody that really knows me.
That's nice.
And if it's a new guy, they may not know me that well, you know. But because I make like little chit chats with them 1 week. How's your day going? This and that. You know, and then I let them know where I like my items and other stuff. But my favorite was when they have, it'll say on the thing, 1 item, and then it's like 100 items.
Oh, I see. I don't know. That's so weird to me. Yeah, it's
the other day,
tricky.
Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I had a really bad experience. It was the holiday Black Friday ones. And it said grocery on the DoorDash app. So I assumed I was picking up a regular order, waited there for about 10, 15 minutes, ready to cancel the order. And they're like, oh, no, it's on the opposite side. Then I go to the opposite side where the holiday thing is. And I said, how long is it for the holiday pickup? And they're like, it's about 1 hour. And I was like,
what?
Thanks for telling me. And then I reassigned it.
No way.
And as I'm reassigning the order, I'm driving away from the Walmart. Now, DoorDash has GPS.
Yeah.
I'm driving away from the Walmart. Now I'm miles away. I get 5 orders in a row to that same Walmart.
Absolutely. Yep. Same things happen to me.
Every time I hit decline, it was the exact same order.
Yep.
But they kept on raising it and raising it and raising it. Finally, they're like, okay, $35. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go back for that. But it's got to be less than an hour.
Yeah, there's no way I'd wait an hour.
But look at the time I waited. I could have done like 3 Uber Eats orders in that bad of time. And they made Denny's look fast.
Yeah. I think
that's kind of sad.
I think a lot of customers don't understand on, you know, when they order from a Papa John's website or Panera or Walmart or whatever, that it's actually dispatched with DoorDash. Some people know, but some don't. They think it's coming from somebody else. They think the Papa John's delivery driver is delivering it. They think that the Walmart employee or Amazon or whoever.
And there are some McDonald's orders that are good, and some McDonald's orders that are just garbage.
Oh, sure, that goes with anybody.
But sometimes I'll take a chance on some of them if it's hit or miss.
Yeah.
I know it's a McDonald's.
Yeah, I'll do McDonald's if the lobby's open.
If it's early in the morning, I'll take it. But if it pays good, and one time I did have that happen. It was a $15 payout for breakfast. I drive all the way over there, and I should have known not to take this order because it's always in an area of town where the DoorDash app suddenly doesn't work. But they blame it on the service. DoorDash always blames it on my service when I have everything else working on my phone. So I didn't even bother calling support because they say the exact same thing every time I call them.
Yeah, support. They're reading off a script. they can't do anything.
So now I just know to do it myself.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting there for about it's about 10:20. 10:25, nobody acknowledges me. And then they're like, and then finally at right before 10:30, they're like, we'll be right with you. Now I know I shouldn't have waited that long, but this is a $15 payout only going 4 miles. So heck yeah, I'm gonna take that.
Yeah.
And right after 10:30, they're like, oh, that order's not on the screen anymore because we had to cancel it because we don't serve hash browns after 10:30. And I'm like, but I've been here before. I was here before 10:30. And they're like, oh, you're going to have to call DoorDash and have them cancel it. And I was like, but they're not going to just cancel it without a reason. They're going to call you guys, and you guys said that you're not answering your phone.
Yep, that they're always going to try to call
and then they're like, hey, this is what you say to me. Oh, you could just reassign it. And I'm thinking to myself, and have another pissed off driver come in.
Yep. They'll just make the next driver deal with it.
And the Wednesday also too before Thanksgiving, I was getting orders that were placed 2 hours prior.
2 hours.
On the day before Thanksgiving. The day before
Thanksgiving in my market, the orders were placed like 2 hours prior, like on some of the items. Or I got a Little Caesars order. It was a double order. I go pick it up, and I'm getting and I got for one Little Caesars order. It said, "You did not arrive at the restaurant on time. We had to take it away from your queue." And I'm thinking to myself, but I'm here. Because I just hit arrive to the other order, and I hit arrive for that order, but it still said, but they still took the order away from it. Like the second order, and then the first order was the one that was picked. They said the customer picked that order up already. So I texted the customer and said, "I was waiting for your order at Little Caesars. They didn't tell me you picked it up. They should have told you to cancel it." And they're like, "What are you talking about? I'm going to pick it up right now because nobody picked it up before." And I'm like, "Good luck, because they don't have the order."
Crazy. Well, I appreciate you.
It was an hour and a half wait.
Yeah. I appreciate you sharing that with us, man.
Yeah, for the drivers.
Yeah. I appreciate you sharing those stories with us. I'm gonna.
No, I will let you go too. I just wanted to let you know what was going on.
No, I appreciate it.
It's not a bad gig and everything, but when it works horrible, then
it's definitely frustrating at times. That is for sure. Yeah, absolutely. James, have a good rest of the night, man, and happy holidays, brother.
Always multi-app.
Always multi-app. Always.
Happy holidays.
Always. You too, man. Thank you, James. Right. I think we had let me see. Hold on. Javon. Hey, Pedro, this is Javon. Let me tell you about one of my very first delivery tip experiences. Let's see if Javon's ready. No. Let's see the chat. You guys were Pedro. Who? Keep finishing what? Yeah. You guys are awesome, man. All right. Somebody said, Frank. What up, Frank? What up, man? Responded, "I'm a human and not a bot. She had no clue DoorDash delivered for Walmart." That's Charlie. Yeah, man. Some people be tripping out here, man. They be tripping. All right. I got Ahmad Ali says, "I got a $15 cash tip to order the order the other day. Unexpected." Ooh, gotta love those cash tips. I've been more selective and I still have 88% acceptance. Wow, that's high. I feel blessed. My area is small and 90% of people at least do the default tip. That's awesome, man. I mean, if most people tip me, my acceptance rate would be that high too because my market's so busy. I'll just keep busy. You know what I'm saying? Scorpion, what up, man? Loved your road trip vids. Thanks, man. It was fun making those videos. The road trip was fantastic. Really enjoyed driving through Virginia or West Virginia, Virginia. Scenery was absolutely amazing, man. Absolutely amazing. All right. Ready. All right. Let's do this call with Javon. Am I saying that right? Javon? Let's see. Or Javen? Javon. It's got to be Javon. Let's see if Javon's ready.
Good evening, sir.
Hello. Is this Javon?
This is Javan, yes.
Javane. Okay. Got it. How are you?
Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. What was that to talk about tonight?
Yeah, so real quick, I was going to tell you, but first, I wanted to let you know how influential you've been. When I started my DoorDashing, you were one of the first channels that I locked onto, and your whole format on how you do your dashing is very real, down to earth, and I really wanted to let you know that, hey, it's really helping me out.
I
The past couple of months that I've been doing it, yeah.
I appreciate it, man. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm really glad to be able to speak with you real quick. So I just wanted to tell you about this, one of my first dashes.
Mm-hmm.
I work out in this area north of Virginia. Well, it's near northern Virginia. It's Harrisonburg, near GiG.
Yeah.
So I got an order from Papa John's for 30 pizzas.
30
right?
30 pizzas.
30 pizzas. And the order was like $32.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, nice. This
Yeah.
is one of my first DoorDashes. So I go to the spot. I pick up actually I have to wait for like 5-10 minutes to get these pizzas.
Yeah.
And deliver it about 3 miles down the road to this factory There's a lot of blue collar workers in that particular area, so I delivered to them. And they had to go and get a hand cart to take all the pizzas out of this before I had pizza bags and all this kind of stuff. I just set them in my car and around my trunk. So I delivered it to them, and I noticed that there wasn't a tip on the app. So I was like, I just ordered these pizzas to y'all. I don't know if you saw on there where you could put a tip on there. And one of the guys was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't see where I could put a tip on there." But I'll get my my plant manager or whatever to hook you up. So here's his number. So I started calling the number. Of course, I didn't get a response. I just kept leaving messages. So I was like, "Oh man, I might have get stiffed on 30 pizzas."
30 pieces. It was all base pay.
I guess so, because I saw the actual bill. You paid $155 for these pizzas. You know what I mean? So I'm like, at least I'm gonna try to get at least $20. I mean something. Right?
Yeah.
So this dude, I finally reached the person I was supposed to get in touch with previously, and he was like, "Oh well, I'm trying to get you this tip money. There wasn't a place to put it on the app, and you call me back like at 2:00. Then I'll be able to just you can either meet me or I'll stroke your check." I'm just like, okay. So I played the game for another day, and then when I called him back, he didn't answer the phone or any of that. So I was just like, okay, I'll chalk it up as me being naive. But that was my first shift on the tip aspect of
That's wild. That's wild.
I was really annoyed. I actually reached out to DoorDash and I listen to you all the time where you say DoorDash can be kind of useless at times, especially with these people reading the script.
Yeah.
There's a way to get around that actually. If you call them and you can't understand what they're saying, or you want to speak to someone, you just ask for them to transfer you to an American line or a U.S. line, and they will do that immediately.
Really?
Because I've had to do that when I've been inquiring about, why my pay has been kind of short. And usually that means the pay being short means, okay, I worked over midnight, and then they take that little bit of pay and then put it on next week's check. So I've had to speak with several people. But
got it. Yeah, because the week ends and then they start a new week, but you actually did the work in that. You should get paid that Tuesday, not the following Tuesday. Yeah.
Not the following Tuesday. If I'm waiting for an order and it happens to be 11:45, and I don't get to the person's place until a minute after midnight, I should still get that order because it was already in motion and not having to wait.
Right.
So when I spoke to DoorDash about not being tipped for such a large order, they were like, "Well, on our end it shows that the order was completed, exactly what you said to your last colleague a few minutes ago." And so on our end it looks great. There's nothing going on your end. Everything's fine. Unfortunately we can't do anything about that. I'm like, okay, well, I just wanted it to be documented that these particular people, I'm not going to be deliberating to them any longer. So if it pops up in my feed, I prefer not to have to deal with that.
Let me ask you a question. How long did it take you to do that order that paid you $32? How much time did you spend on it? Do you remember?
45 minutes.
45 minutes. So not bad.
At the dead of night. This was like, what? It was like 12:30, midnight.
Oh, it was midnight. Oh, so it was super late. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, this was late because I was delivering to like the night crew or whatever.
That many pizzas. That's crazy. That's a lot of pizzas, man. Wow.
Yeah, I'm filling it up in my car, and pizza smell was in my car for like a week.
For about a week. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like I said, when I saw the bill, I was like, yeah, surely I'm gonna get paid off of this. At least running there. I know, I've been in retail and customer service and the things for many years. High end clientele customer service. So I know that whenever you're dealing with a business like that, especially if you're dealing with pizzas, your night crew, the petty cash box,
go back in the box and grab a 20. Give
Yeah.
the man, you know, what he earned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just
Yeah.
send him on his way.
Yeah.
I want to play games. So I was like, all right, no problem.
That's funny.
I know better for next time.
Well, you won't be going there again.
No, not at all. Not at all. And I was trying to reach out to you too because I live in Newmarket. I think you guys passed through there. And that day when you were filming, you were caught up in that accident, that traffic.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying. Man, I wish Coach had his chest in because he could have just followed me all around. We would take an 11 and went all around that.
No, yeah, we definitely hit a little bit of traffic. We hit traffic going there, and then it was probably about 20 minutes. One of the traffics was about 16 or 17 minutes. Then we went through a little bit, and they had another 16-minute delay there. There was like a bad accident or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there was an accident.
Yeah. But you know, I don't know where I'm going, so I'm just going to be in the traffic. You know, like I didn't know any different routes or to get off this here. I was like, we'll just play the license plate game like we played, and let's see how many license plate we can find. And that was, you know, that's all we could really do. So yeah.
Right. And you were talking about when you were dashing. I can't remember what town you were. I think you were in Lexington. I think it's interesting that DoorDash does like a lot of $3 promotions in Lexington. But Lexington is like a 5-stop light town.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you can generate your monies, even if it is such a large payout.
Yeah.
There's really not any businesses in these smaller towns that are open past, you know, a certain hour, like you know, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Charlottesville is where a lot of my I'm a private contractor for a major cleaning company. So my travels take me up 81. I go. We have contracts as far as Roanoke. I heard a young lady earlier say she lives in Roanoke, but mainly I hang out in Charlottesville, Harrisburg, and Lexington in the morning. Charlottesville is definitely like your area, St. Louis, which a lot going on.
Yeah.
A lot of affluence. A lot of money. There's a huge college there. It's the University of Virginia. So
that's good to know.
It's really a great market. So again, all the tips and stuff that I've learned from you, I usually do that. Like I just came back from dashing tonight. It wasn't too good, but I'm going to chalk that up as everyone is still coming back from the food corners.
Yeah. I think you know, and some people are, you know, maybe they're traveling back or they got leftovers or whatever. I think the next few weeks will be good. I do think it will be, and you know, just be selective, you know, and know what merchants you want to deal with and know your miles to money ratio. And I think there's money to be made. So.
Yeah, and I 100% believe in your no tip. You know, no trip, no tip. You know, I really look at that. I generally only take orders, me personally, that are somewhere around $5.75. That's the absolute lowest.
Okay.
Anything below a 6.
Yeah.
I generally don't look at. I look at, you know, following your miles. You're looking at miles. You look at the amount of time it's going to take. I generally try to stay within the hot spots, and that's how I make my routes. I happen to work Halloween night in Charlottesville. And the 3 hours I was working, I made almost $280.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
That's great, man. Yeah. I mean, the money's there. You got to know where to find it, you know?
I have a question for you, though.
Go ahead.
Quick question. So, do you think that this would be something, this DoorDashing solely would be something that you could take full time?
Yes. I think market dependent. If you're in a good market, and I think you could, I think you can do this full time and make good money doing it. I don't think it's sustainable for a long period of time, but I think there's a select few that can do it full time. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Because I've been toying with the idea of, you know, slacking off from the cleaning, because the cleaning basically is pretty profitable, mostly because of COVID. And we deal with commercial contracts. So, you know, the sanitizing and all of that stuff that we usually do. But, you know, the little bit of time that I dedicate to DoorDashing, you know, at nights and on the weekends, and the amount of money that I've been bringing in with that, it's making me raise some eyebrows and like, oh, well, maybe if I do this full time, like these YouTuber guys generally do.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm onto something.
I think you can. I think the best way to do them is doing them part-time and having another source of income. But I think if you're gonna do it full-time for 6 months and stack some cash and max it out, I think that's a definite possibility if you're in a good area. I think longer than that, it will become more difficult to sustain the money. But I think it's an option, especially if you're in a good market like yours.
Okay. All right.
Hey man, I appreciate the phone call and the support, and
Thank you so much.
and keep grinding, man. Keep grinding out there, my friend.
Definitely. Thank you. You do the same, man. And you feel like you and your beautiful family.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
You bet.
All right. So I drove right through where I know exactly the areas he was talking about. I saw those signs. Yeah, I definitely know where he's at. So let's see. So let's bring it together here. Okay. So the topics we talked about tonight, I appreciate for all of you that are still in here. Okay, I'll get to the chat in a minute. We talked about what do you think merchants should do and what do they do with these orders that might never get picked up or orders that sit there for so long, because we know hot food, supposed to, especially certain items or certain cold items, need to be kept at a certain temperature so that you don't get somebody sick. Okay. But when these orders sit out and they're just sitting in, a 75, 80 degree room for an hour, that's not good. Okay. So what do you think, and what do you think these companies do with these places, these foods orders? Also, is the tipping culture that we have in America specifically, is the system broken? Are we doing it wrong? We see a lot of back and forth, customers to drivers or servers to customers, and it's like, I want to tip, you didn't tip me. I'm only going to give you good service if you tip me. Like, are we doing it wrong? Is there too much of a divide, too much of a disconnect between consumers, drivers, and or the merchants and the businesses themselves? Should the businesses just pay us more? It's something that we're going to continue to talk about. I think it's going to be a hot topic. Certain videos go viral. Most people understand at this point, I think, that the gig apps don't pay us what they, we don't get that delivery fee, all of it. We don't get all the service fee. They just, what do we do about it though? Is it broken? Can it be fixed? I don't know. You guys tell me. What do you think? We talked about the road trip. I did a road trip. We drove from St. Louis, my market, all the way to Virginia. Then we drove up through. So we went through Kentucky, Illinois, Kentucky, Indiana, West Virginia. Then we drove to Maryland and back through West Virginia, Pennsylvania, back through West Virginia, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, back to Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri. So fantastic road trip. What's the road trip that you like to take? What's the road trip you want to take? Do you have a favorite story of a road trip? Put it in the chat and we'll read it in a little while. What's the best place you've ever been? Okay. And then we talked about just various other topics and things that people want to bring up. I think my personal opinion is I think this holiday season is going to be good. If you can stay patient, if you know your market, if you got that red card, use your red card, have it as an option, because I think we're going to see some good orders. Now, there's going to be trash. There's going to be no tips. Just don't take them if you can, okay? Know your market, man. I think there's going to be good money to be made. Even with inflation and all these things going on and customers that don't tip, there will be dollars to be made in the next couple of weeks and next month or so. I do believe it. All right, so let's see. Again, who's that? Oh, it's Buttsella. What up, man? I hope we're making you money. So those are some of the things we talked about tonight. Let's get into the live chat. I want to see who we still got in here. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, y'all. All right. Yo, Pedro, I did a shop and delivered thanks to you, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, man, that's awesome. I think that they're not always going to be great, and I've done some that are not great, but you want to maximize your opportunities, and those shop and delivers can pay you good. The cash flow on those can be really, really nice. Joel says, at Pedro Dura Santiago, road trip this summer was Toronto to Vancouver. I hear Toronto's beautiful. In a camper van, not suitable for dashing at Tim Hospital. Man, that sounds fun. Me and a girlfriend talked about driving. We talked about just this trip. getting a camper van or something and attaching my Ford Escape to the back of it and driving and doing some dashing in the Escape, but driving to the Northwest and camping it, man. I would love it. Or even just a big van and modifying it. I would love to do something like that. I bet that was a fun trip, Joel. Only in the summer did I have good orders, but once school started back, that was over. That sucks. Tracy B, what up? What up? How are you? Let's see who else we got in here. We got Soldier 898. Yeah, markets are everything. Even last Monday, I was at 1:30 or 2 p.m., but have kid duties. Yeah, man. Soldier 898. My Mondays are my best day of the week for me. Most of you guys know I'm at 200 plus on Mondays, but that's my market. Your market, maybe it's Wednesday, maybe your market it's Sunday. Mondays are great for me. Like tomorrow, I'll make $200 easy tomorrow. I'm counting on it. Bud Soda, take a break. No, Bud Soda's got to make his money. He's got to make his money. Who else we got up in here? We got, yes, sir, your baby is cutie. Oh, thank you. She is cute. I usually work the dinner shift and make my money then for the week. 50 hours in my market to make 1K. So Charlie says 50 hours in my market to make 1K. So you're at $20 an hour. It's not bad. Most restaurants inside are cold. Yep. All right. I'm a small town. I can go in and quick. That's good. That's good. All right. Let's see what else we got in here. So let me know. So let's also talk about a couple things and then we'll end it. We're at over 2 hours now. So a couple things that'll be happening on this channel. I'll give you guys a sneak peek. So we will be doing the debate with A-Hole Patrol about he doesn't tip, he doesn't believe in tipping. I tip, I believe in it. We're supposed to do that debate tonight. We're going to do it live. But he had to reschedule. So that will be coming up soon. Okay. Also, I'm collaborating with the rideshare guy. He has a channel. Very business savvy. It's rideshare, but he does like all the gig apps. It's not just DoorDash. So I'm basically collaborating with him, and I'm going to be the DoorDash guy on his channel. I'll be doing one video a week for him that will be posting every Sunday. So you can check that video out on the rideshare guy. It posted today. Go check it out. I basically did a short 4-minute video on dashing in different zones and how you shouldn't be afraid of it. So that content's out there on his channel. You can check that out there. And then this week, we're going to get back to some ride-alongs. We'll also talk about some holiday tips and tricks that I think could help you. I'll be doing that this week. So trying some new things out. If there are video ideas you guys would like to see, please hit my email or you can comment in one of the videos, one of the more recent videos. I'll see it. If there's questions that you guys have, put them in the comment section of this video. I like to be really communicative with you guys in this community, and I like to collab with you guys. I like to get your input on things. Now, I can't fulfill everybody's wishes and desires, but I do like to hear from you guys. And most of you guys know if you comment, I comment back. I read all that stuff. I make it a point every day to spend an hour or so looking at comments. I plan my days out. So there's time in the morning and then time at night. So if you got questions, put them in the comment section. Don't be afraid to do that. So Dina says, I love to drive, but it can be pretty fatiguing. I take Friday evenings and all day Saturday to sleep. That's what's up. What up, Zach? How are you, man? You may want to block me for the A-hole debate. Kidding, of course. No, Zach, you got to watch that, bro. And this guy, I think he's going to be passionate. I think it's going to make for a great conversation. We've been emailing back and forth. I know he's excited. He just couldn't make it this week. So this Liberty fan, very much enjoyed talking with you. Yeah, man, it's all good. It's all good. So listen, that's going to be the show for tonight. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on the way out. Comment after the video what you guys would like to see coming up. We dropped a video today I did earlier. Check that out. And then go to Rideshare Guy's channel. Check out the video that dropped on his channel today. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. Your boy's about to get some sleep because it's been a long week. We did a lot of driving. And I still gave you all a Sunday live show with a call-in show tonight because I love this community, and I love that you guys look to me for advice and entertainment and some laughs and all that stuff. And don't forget, bet on you, set goals one day at a time. I'll see you guys on the video tomorrow. Have a great night.